Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 13 of the Former Action Guys podcast. I'm your host, Justin Kramer. And this week, we changed it up a little bit. It's not as serious. It's a little bit more laid-back format. I have Tracy Offutt back on. If you haven't listened to his episode, former Sergeant Major, retired. He was infantry from, just coming into the Marine Corps all the way up until First Sergeant. And then he went to like an engineering unit, and then he came over to ANGLICO to be the sergeant major, and then he ended his time there with just over 30 years of service. So really good episode. I have him and Michael Farrell on. Michael Farrell, first time on, he was a staff sergeant, got out. Him and I worked together at First ANGLICO. He was with Salt Chuck, so supporting arms liaison team Charlie. So that's your 19-man or 17 to 19-man team that goes out and provides fire support for U.S. or foreign forces. Not normally Marines, though. It's normally we're providing fire support for guys that are outside of that have their own battle space, but they're getting fire support like artillery, mortars, and aircraft, like dropping bombs from the Marine Corps. So we were there to provide the liaison. So, yeah. So anyway, he was with Salt Chuck, and him and I did the 11th MU deployment together in 2000. I think we left in 2017, maybe the end of 2016. I can't remember now. Yeah, it had to. Yeah, we left in 2017. So anyway, maybe it was 2016. Fuck, I don't remember. Good episode. We talk a little bit military. We talk a little we just kind of bullshit, and we have a couple drinks. It's a good time. It's a good format. I think it's a nice step back, because our last episode's been pretty serious, which is cool. Like I said before, I want to keep telling people stories, but every once in a while I want to pull back a little bit and show the lighter side, because the military is not just super serious stuff. It's not just dudes getting blown up. It's not just dudes crashing airplanes. If you listen to episode 12 and heard that story, guys have a good time. It's the greatest time of your life. It's the best people you'll probably ever work with or deal with, and those stories should be told too. So the good thing here is that I've never been to Okinawa, and both Tracy and Farrell, or Michael, have both been to Okinawa multiple times. Well, Tracy's been there multiple times. Farrell was stationed there for a little bit, and they can talk, and they talk more about it, which is cool. So if you're one of those Okinawa people, you'll find yourself reminiscing about certain stuff, apparently. But anyway, like I said, good episode all around. And I think we're going to do a few more. I'm going to keep doing formats like this. I want to keep doing the individual story, but I also want to get a good group of people to come on and sit down and talk like we did here. That way, you can, like I said, catch the good sides of the military and just hear a couple people just kind of bullshit about stuff they did in the military, current topics, just kind of how we all used to talk to each other back in the day. And it's a fun time. So make sure you're checking it out. Make sure you're telling your friends about it. Make sure you're subscribing. Apple Podcast is now what, you could look this episode or this show up on iTunes, but now it's Apple Podcast. I don't know if you can leave reviews anymore. Before, because right now I'm on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and the Spreaker app. I think that's it. I'm on all those, and I thought that, before Apple, on iTunes you could leave a written review, and I thought you could continue that, but I guess when it went to Apple Podcast, that's no longer an option. So, if you do find a way to leave a written review, I appreciate it. It helps spread the word and stuff like that. So do that for me. If not, no big deal. I get it. However, we did get one before. I just got one on Tuesday. It says from Bond 9188, recommended by Staff Sergeant Holsworth. Keep up the great work, and I appreciate that, because it's funny. Staff Sergeant Holsworth was at least Lance Corporal Holsworth, if not Corporal Holsworth, underneath me when I was with 2nd Battalion, 10th Marines, or 210. So it's good that he's a staff sergeant now, and he actually reached out to me, for those that have listened to the other episodes, and told me that he's in touch with Lamel, and he's gonna reach out to him for me, which is cool. So I'm look forward to that and everything. But that's cool. Someone that, you know, he used to be one of my boots, you know, and he came up, and unfortunately he got stuck in the path of getting on the FATIDS, which is the artillery computer, like, you know, target data computer. And if you learn that, then that becomes kind of your job. You become the guy that knows how to do a FATID. So unfortunately, he learned that, and it kind of set him back on doing as much cool stuff. But he had a good time. Did a tour on the drill field. We were at 10th Marines together. We were at 1st ANGLICO together. Then he went to the drill field, and then I went on the MEU, and then I got out, and I'm not sure where he's at now. I ran into him once out here in Oceanside. But anyway, to Bond 9188. Thanks for the 5-star review. I'm up to, what am I here? 15 5-star reviews up on Apple Podcasts. So awesome. And then a guy I was served with, one of my buddies over at again 210 R Meyer 7211. You know, he shot out a email to me, or email. He shot out a message on Instagram to me. It said, "Dude, great podcast so far. I would recommend defining more things, though. At some point, you will gain more listeners who aren't in the know." So I try to make sure I explain some stuff, or I have the guests explain and go into a little bit more detail, because sometimes, like the last episode, you know, he was talking about some air wing stuff or some stuff with the aircraft that I'm not familiar with. You'd have to be a pilot to be familiar with. So I try to expand on that. Obviously, I forget because I was there, and a lot of the stuff I'm kind of used to. So if you're non-military, I apologize if you get behind on some of the acronyms or some of the jargon that we use. Feel free to shoot me a message, and if there's anything that you want some like more in-depth explanation, I'll try to do that, or I'll reach out to somebody that can give me a better explanation that I can read on air. So again, thanks for the feedback. Keep sending it to me. You can email me at formeractionguyspodcast@gmail.com. You can shoot me a message at jkramergraphics on Instagram, and hit me up on Twitter, number 4 MER Action Guys on Twitter. And yeah, and I'm on Facebook. Facebook, just like, you know, like I said before, I'm in school at SDSU, and I'm a journalism major, and I also focus a little bit in advertising as well. And Facebook is dying, but you know, the thing is I get on Facebook quite a bit, just because I get more feedback, I think, for the store itself on Facebook, and some of my older friends, people I've known a little bit longer on Facebook, because that was kind of the jam back in the day. And you know, once you get a good group of military people on there, that's kind of where we all congregate and talk to each other. But Facebook's kind of dying down. However, I do post quite a few news articles on there every day. I'd say I post at least 5 to 10 news articles on Facebook, and then on Twitter, I'm over there talking shit about people that are biased on both sides. You know, I'm obviously a little bit more conservative, but I try to call out a little bit of the bias and stuff like that. It's just crazy, some of the stuff that people get away with nowadays, and saying, and when you're a journalism student, it's very more prominent, because you're looking at it and you're like, dude, this is not the stuff you learned in school. Like, I get it. There's a difference between like journalism and opinion, but sometimes those waters have been muddied real bad. And if you look at like CNN right now, and the Project Veritas, I don't know if you've heard of it, but you can check it out. It's Project Veritas. They did an undercover video on CNN, and it just shows them talking about, like, one, the actual reporters, the dudes that are actually like good news people, complaining about how the executives are, you know, pushing their media in a certain direction. And it just sucks. Like, you see that, and especially, like I said, as a journalism student, you're like, you know, how could you even work for an organization that does that? And hopefully those people can right the wrong, and, you know, some more light has been exposed to some of the stuff they're doing. But and that happens with a lot of news organizations. It's not just CNN. Like, there's a lot of bullshit out there. So yeah, it is what it is. Just, you know to look for more information, ask questions, wonder why they're reporting it a certain way. That's the stuff that I would recommend for people. But anyway, back to this week. Hey, podcast is up. thanks for listening. Make sure to pass the word. People know about it. If you have people that you think would be a good guest, feel free to shoot me an email with a recommendation. If you have, I don't know, I have one guy that sent me a book this week, and I'm going to read it. I've been trying to get, he sent it to me last week. I've been trying to get into reading it. I'm a busy person. I'm taking 5 college courses right now, so I'm a full-time student. I'm running this podcast. So like a 3-hour podcast takes me about another 5 hours to listen to, edit, and then, do all the stuff that requires on the back end of that. So there's 8 hours right there. And then I'm also running my graphic design and stuff on my website. So jkramergraphics.com, make sure to check it out. So don't hesitate to send me some stuff, but understand that if you do, it may take me a second to get back to you. So like right now I'm reading a book that a gentleman sent me who's I think he's a gunny. He's getting ready to get out of the military, and he wrote a book, and the little bit I've read it seems kind of interesting. So once I finish it up and I'm like, hey, it's a good book or whatever, I'll have him on and we can talk about it. But if you're out there and you have something like that, you're a veteran or you're in the military right now and you want to give a cool story that you have and you want to promote a veteran-owned business, or not even veteran, but, former action guys, that means you paramedics out there. That means you firefighters out there and you police officers. This is all, this is for all of you guys. So I want to expand a little bit more. Hit me up and let me know what you're all about. Like, hey, this is the organization that I'm starting, or this is the book I've written, or this is the company I own. And I'll go over it. And if I think it's something that's worthwhile, I'll put you on the air and you can discuss it along with like your career. And, the main point of the podcast is just talking about the cool stuff that we got to do while we did cool stuff. So anyway, enough of me yapping. Enjoy the podcast. Make sure to check out my website, jkramergraphics.com. Make sure to hit me up on Instagram, jkramergraphics, and former action guys podcast at Gmail if you want to shoot me an email. So, all right. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
So
I hope you have some lead-in questions.
I didn't come up with any questions. I figured I never write down questions.
I know.
I just just because we all sit down and talk to Marines. So when you sit down and talk with somebody, you got the usual. Well, were you with? Where'd you go? Did you do this training? Did you go to this school? And it just kind of. Because I understand the background, and I worked in MLG, and I worked in combat arms, and I've worked with ace dudes. Like, I've worked all over. I know a little about a lot of MOSs. So
it makes it easy.
And I grew up, and my dad was military. So I don't know. I ask what I think's interesting. Like, I don't know if you guys, so the Jerry, the Vietnam vet, his came out today.
Oh, dude, I gotta hear it.
I gotta listen to that.
Yeah, he's the one that got shot down, and
he was 90% blind, right?
Yeah, he can only see looking down from his right eye, I believe, or left eye.
That's insane. You
have to hear the story. If you haven't, for those that are listening, if you haven't, check it out. It's the episode before this one. He was a Vietnam. He was an F-4 Phantom pilot, and he got shot down doing a bombing run on a mortar position that was attacking Quezon.
No way.
Yeah, so he got shot down while he was. So you got to hear him talk about it because his aircraft got hit and he's pulling. He said he's pulling up, and he's like, "Oh shit! Like there's nothing happening. I'm pulling back on the stick, or very little's happening." And he said he had it pulled all the way back, all the way to his chest, holding it as hard as he could. And because of that, he said if he hadn't done that, he would have slammed into the side of the mountain. Because of that, he hit the treetop at the top of the mountain, and it broke the canopy and fucking blinded him. Oh, and as soon as he realized he hit the tree, he said he pulled the ejection and popped. And so you got to listen to. Yeah, you got to get on there and listen to it.
That's definitely on my next. That's my tomorrow podcast.
That's
busy day tomorrow.
Super cool. He's like 2 blocks away too. He's like right over here. So I didn't even realize he's blind. He walks to the beach like he doesn't have a cane. He has one of the. I don't know what you call it.
Blind sticks?
Yeah, I don't know what you call it, but he has one, but he doesn't use it because he knows the path, and he can see a little bit.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But he said he's gained senses from, you lose one major one. So
yeah, so you have to your body compensates.
He said he can tell when someone comes up behind him. He gets like a feeling like there's something near me.
Really?
Yeah, like it's. I don't know. It's you have to. Next time I sit down and talk to him, we'll go over it. So anyway, that was our lead in. Here we are.
Oh wow!
This is episode 13. Is that bad luck?
I think that is.
Oh fuck! I didn't even think about it.
No, that's
13.
good luck. That's good luck, man.
Episode
We make our
13.
own luck.
We got Sergeant Major Tracy Offutt back on.
Woo!
Now we'll call him Tracy from here on out, I think.
God bless.
And then Staff Sergeant Michael Farrell.
That's me.
I had to think for a second. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you got promoted. Right? I knew you were selected. I was just... Yeah.
Sure was.
So, you want to introduce yourself? Because we've both already been on. If you haven't heard, Tracy's podcast was episode 10, I believe. I want to say you were episode... Or 9, excuse me. Well,
Yeah, I think it was 11.
maybe it was 11.
I don't know.
One of those. Listen to his also, and we go in depth about most of his career. I'm sure we'll talk more tonight, but if there's some stuff that you want more background about him on, go back and listen to episode 11. So you're right, it was 11.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, Michael.
And what's
Farrell.
up? Staff
Introduce
Sergeant
yourself.
Farrell, please. Thank you.
I earned
yeah.
this.
Yeah, I picked up like 6 months or 8 months before I got out. But
Really?
well, I was selected.
I was over at the Mew.
I was selected a year before that, but then Bahrain happened, and 2 months before I got promoted, I got NJP'd. So then what did they do? They
Sorry,
basically,
Major,
like,
what do they do?
They hold it normally.
they
Well,
froze
yeah.
it. They not what is it called? They hold your number. Your
Yeah.
number still gets held, but
Oh, you didn't lose it. They were just holding it.
no. So yeah, so that was like you had to like go in the book and read basically. No one knew. So they found out that they were going to hold my number for me.
And for those that don't know what he's talking about his promotion number.
Yeah.
So he's all the selected. Hey, you're selected to get promoted to staff sergeant or gunny or whatever. You're given a number in order of seniority, and then certain amount get promoted each month, and you're just waiting for your number to come up. So that's
Yeah.
what he's talking about.
And I had, for those of you listening, I was a good Marine. I got meritorious promoted twice, I think. I was only a Lance Corporal for 6 months, promoted to Corporal. Anyway,
Whatever.
this is literally I've never even gotten a negative counseling up until this moment in Bahrain. I've never gotten in trouble before. When we got in trouble, I've never had been paperwork on.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Have you heard the Bahrain story?
No, I haven't, but I'm figuring we're going to lead into it. It
Well-
depends on how much you want to
Well,
talk about.
I'm hoping you guys will talk some about Okinawa also, because you
Yes.
were both. I've never been to Okinawa, so
Really?
I can't really. Yeah, I never went. I can't talk. How many times have you been to Okinawa?
I don't know.
40 probably.
Yeah, I'd
You
have
and
to actually
Chesty
sit
probably
down.
invaded together.
He's like, well, we're in Korea. Well.
I wish I could hold Chesty's shoelaces.
That man. Anyway, so
Yeah, so I was in Bahrain.
tell the story.
And we had already been to,
I want to
where
hear
were we at
nothing.
before? Where did we go before Bahrain? Me and you. We're in Singapore.
Singapore.
Craziest.
Oh my-
Anyway, so we're in Singapore. Justin and I are out till, I don't know, 6 a.m. every
Nope.
morning
Well,
breaking
it doesn't
laws.
matter anymore.
Yeah, nothing ever happens. And then we get to Bahrain. And Bahrain is, we already have one of our friends, Alessandria. You remember him? Lance Corporal Alessandria, I think, when he was there.
Alessandria.
He was a radio operator, right?
Yeah. Either way,
I remember the name. I'd have to see his picture.
He
then
got
I-
sent to
Yeah.
Bahrain on.
So
duty.
he
Okay.
lives in Bahrain, or he's stationed there, and he's gone at the moment. So he's like, "Yo, you guys can use my pad, stay there," and it's like a super big hookup, super sick pad. Like,
Now you don't have to buy a hotel room.
yeah, and it's in it where it's almost like in a skyscraper, and on the top of it, there's a giant pool and like party area for like the people who live there.
Thank you, taxpayers.
So it is perfect. And so we're going to his place, and Captain Cole, everybody signs off on it, everybody's cool with it. And night one, we do some pretty wild partying. We almost stole a car, actually, and ripped it around in a parking lot. But either way, nothing happened the first night.
But we didn't.
But we didn't, and that's all that matters. And so the next night...
Did we didn't? Or we
No,
did?
we really did. I'll tell you if we did. We really did. And so the next night, we go out, and what happened that night? So we usually tell people, because we don't really look like in the military. Like when we get off ship, nobody's got a haircut, kind of. We kind of look.
You're in Bahrain. You're in the Middle East.
Either way, we're telling people that we work for. Like we meet people out there, and we're like, hey, we're not supposed to be telling people this, but we talk to aliens. And we had like at that night at that bar, we have like 4 people that believe it. And the one dude, when we tell him, he's like, I knew it. I knew it. And I'm like, hey, man, keep it down. You know, you're not supposed to be telling. So that was like our story that night. So it was already starting off to just like a wild night. I already knew it was going to just be wild. And I'm getting real liquored up. And usually when I get liquored up, I can hide it pretty well as far as, oh, I'm good. But on the inside, I'm like, it's a roller coaster. And so what happened? Oh, okay, so we got to be back to the ship by midnight. Or no, sorry. We're supposed to call in by midnight on the cell phones to say we're already back. It was either midnight or 1 o'clock. And someone had already done it, so we're still out. And then the other guys are like, hey, we got to go back. We got to go back to the hotel. And, you know what? Let me correct myself. They don't have to call in. You just have to be back by your room and call from your room, I think.
Yeah.
By 1 a.m.
See, this is how you got in trouble. You don't even know what you're supposed to do.
Well, it has been 2 years.
A little hard. So anyway, they get there, and we go outside to get in the taxi cab. At this time, we're with Alessandria's 2 other friends that happen to live in that building, but they're there, and they're party animals. And they're like, hey, we got to go. But the one guy, me and this guy click really well. He was crazy. And we're like, hey, we'll get the next cab, because all of us couldn't fit in that one cab. And so they're like, you better get in the one behind us. I'm like, all right, I'm fine. But this isn't me talking. This is like Ike Turner. Like, whoever's in control that's like something for me to deal with later.
Jesus, take the wheel.
It's those aliens you were talking to.
And so the guys take off in the cab, and me and the guy who I just met that lives in the same house, we kind of like look at each other, and we're like, let's go grab one more drink. So there we go, back up to the top of the roof. And now I'm acting like I'm Australian. So I have this stupid Australian accent that people believe, and I don't know why. And we see Shore Patrol walk in. Well, we don't know they're Shore Patrol, but there's 4 guys with collared shirts on, like nicer, and they look like they're in the Marines. And I'm like, I bet that's Shore Patrol. And they walk right up to us.
Oh.
And I'm an idiot, and I'm thinking, I'm just going to keep acting like I'm Australian. So I'm like, hello, mate.
No way.
Swear to God. Hello, mate. And they're like, yeah, we saw your military ID in your wallet, because I have like where it shows on the front of it. They're like, we saw you take it out. We know you're in the military. And I was like, God damn it. You know, like, they got me. My buddy's friend, he's telling them that he's part of CIS, or what was it? Who's on the ship? Is it CID?
Both.
I think it's CID. He's telling them he's part of CID for Bahrain.
Oh, yeah, he was... Yeah,
so he's currently lying to these guys.
He's like, he's
lying to Shore Patrol, saying he's undercover.
Undercover CID.
And I'm looking at him like, the gig's up, dude. I'm not going to tell you right now, but this should be well enough for you to be like...
Wasn't it Shore Patrol from Bahrain? But
yeah, it was Bahrain Shore Patrol. And I'm like...
worse.
Yeah, so they're like, hey, man, they're like, show us your ID then, to him. And I'm trying as hard as I can to be like, I don't know this guy, you know? Because I don't want to be part of that. I'm not that dumb.
I'm not in that story.
Yeah. And so they take him back, and they get me in the car, and they're like, we got to take you back to the ship. And I'm like, is there any way you could just not? I'm like,
just drop me off at the...
I'm like, I literally live right here. Can you just take me there?
Here's the deal. I've been on the ship. It's not fun.
I'll pay you.
I'd prefer to not.
And they're like, no, you have to go. And yeah, off we went to the ship, and they're like, so what's up with your buddy? I'm like, I don't know him. I'm like, I met him there. They're like, we know you know. I'm like, no. And I denied it. I'm like, I have no clue who that guy is, because I want nothing to do with that.
Hold on.
Get
who
to
was
the ship.
Who was the other guy?
He lived there, Alessandria's friend. So he was in Bahrain.
Yeah,
he was 150 already there.
Yeah.
And get back to the ship, and it's like the worst night ever. I'm like throwing up. But Jerry, Staff Sergeant Garcia, was on duty that night, thank God. So when they called the ship to come get me, he came down. He was our staff NCO. And he's like, Farrell, let's go. Like, it's Jerry. He's like, okay, whatever. He's like, we'll wipe this under the rug. And didn't get logged in. He told them, the duty NCO, not to log in. But Bahrain, when they send out their blotter of what happened that night, gets sent to the ship as well. Oh. So it gets sent to the ship. RS3 sees it. So the next day, I'm like, sick. Nobody found out. Like, they're gonna have to
go on Libo.
I got on Wi-Fi. I'm like, hey, come to the boat. They came to the boat, picked me up, and we're getting ready to leave. I'm like, no one knows. This is great. I'm going back out. And they're like, nah, no way. And at that moment, I'm like, you fucked up.
They stopped you at the table where you sign out?
Yeah. They called me up to the LFOC right before we left. Yeah, and
you were when you got that phone call, you were probably like,
100%.
oh, damn it.
I can still feel the feeling right now.
Is that gut?
And again, that's the first time I've ever like, oh shit, I'm actually screwed right now. Like, I've never gotten into trouble in the Marine Corps like this.
Yeah.
Or any trouble.
In my head, I'm like, it's innocent until proven guilty. I'm like, no, I wasn't drinking past the drinking hour, because you got hit with like 4 things, and one of the things was like drinking past Bahrain's curfew as well. And I'm like, you can't prove. In my head, I'm like, you can't prove that. I wasn't drinking. I was like, I was drinking cranberry juice, and because I was drinking vodka cranberry. So I'm like, if they look at the picture, whatever, and it's not. That's not the case at all. It is not innocent until proven guilty. Once you're a captain's match, even in the
not in the military.
So yeah, 100% not. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. So I stood with that until, and I went with
that's
that,
cool.
I went with that same story the whole time, and yeah, they were like, that's cool, but we don't care.
But here's the deal.
Because there's the other 3.
Yeah. So it, and I deserved it. I had it coming. I mean,
yeah.
There's nothing. I couldn't hide it. I'm like, yeah, I was out. I'm not arguing that. 100%. But
you definitely deserve that. Did you ever?
Oh yeah.
Were you ever involved
Sneak that
as
in
a
there.
first sergeant or a sergeant major in a NJP or something that like you didn't agree with? That went through where you had to stand there and be like, "This is bullshit."
I was never involved in one where the person was innocent. I was involved in some that I didn't agree with, as in principle.
Yeah.
One of my things that I didn't like was so there's a reason for it. NJPing somebody for a DUI. Oh my God, we're gonna get hate mail now. They get a DUI out in town. They need to pay the consequence. They're gonna pay out in town. And so it's a different law under the UCMJ. So they get NJP'd. So they're paying
double.
Yeah, it's not double jeopardy because it's 2 separate laws that they broke. Right. But I wasn't a big fan of that. Now, on the other hand, if you don't do anything, then that becomes a problem in the unit because then it becomes, oh, well, that's acceptable behavior, so more people are going to do it.
I remember actually, real quick, when Sergeant Hunter got a DUI, everyone thought that was like the coolest thing I've ever seen a sergeant major do. Is he was like, we're going to wait until, because Hunter went to court for it. Mm-hmm. He was like, I wasn't driving. That's no way. So he went to court, and Tracy still let him. He's like, all right, we're not going to NGP. We're not going to do anything with you. We're going to wait until, if you're innocent, then you're innocent.
I never understood why they will, if it's a mic down. If it's a, like it happened out in town and you can take it to trial, I don't know. Why doesn't the military like let you, I don't know. Why don't they wait until that's concluded?
We were pretty good about doing that unless
you got it set up.
We're good right there. Don't look at me like that was me. All right.
So what are we talking about? So anyways, it's you can't win. That's a non-winning thing. So if you
if you say, hey, let's wait and see what the courts decide?
No, that you could do that. We did that with Silva too.
Yep.
Silva.
But I'm saying, why don't more units do that? Why do they just go right to like fuck him?
Because I think that's
I mean, I see if it's on base. If you get caught on base, you're caught on base. Yeah. That's one thing. But if you're out in town and you have like a reason, you can be like, hey man, I wasn't drunk, and you can fight it. Like why?
Or if you beat it.
Yeah, because why put you more? Because you're already going through stress. You're already probably like, this was a fucking mistake. And if you get away with it, then fuck, you got away with it. But you probably are still out a couple grand.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the punishment's already done. If you like...
I think maybe, I don't know, like page 11, 6105 is I think what... I think Jeff got that. Maybe not. I could be wrong. Because then, I don't know. I see what you're saying, but then I think there's a point of then people think it's going to be cool to do it. Not cool, but there's no punishment.
Well, that's you run that... It's a really thin line. You run that line like...
I think if a dude comes back and is like, hey, it cost me $5,000 in lawyer fees, but I beat it.
But it's not about...
like, dude, fuck that.
And it would be, but it's not about individuals. It's not about that individual. It's about the entire unit.
But it's the same thing as them getting NJP, though. Because you're still losing money.
You're missing out on the whole, like, honor, courage, commitment, right? Like, you're supposed to be doing the right thing when no one's looking. So now it's like, oh... Yeah, he was drinking, but he paid to beat it. Now that makes it look like it's okay to lie and beat. Not that we, but I guess the Marine Corps could look at it like that. If he beat it,
was he lying?
Or was he innocent?
But that's where you have to be looking. You have to be smart enough to be able to see through that and be like, yeah, this guy's lying or he's not.
I just don't think the fact that we don't allow the legal process to.
Oh, I think it should. 100%. I think it should.
Yeah, for some things.
I think a lot of the reason
stuff
is because once you're a sergeant major, no offense, sergeant major. But you start to forget that shit, and it's like, let's just punish him. If he did something wrong, punish him.
Burn him.
Well,
can you take an NJP back?
Burn his soul.
Yeah. Well, the commander who did it can undo it. There's some technicalities. We've done it before.
You can undo an NJP.
God dang it!
What are you doing over there?
You know what? If you don't touch it, look at us.
How do I bring it to? Okay, here we go. Oh, here we go.
Look at this.
Boom. That's all I need right there, bud. I'm in.
Dude, you're
locked
gonna
in.
you're gonna be a DJ.
I'm not. I'm moving anywhere.
Now everything's.
I don't know, man. That might still fall, but
Is
whatever.
my microphone on? Is it supposed to be steady, right? Yep. Okay, we're back.
We're back on.
What were we talking about?
Okay, so return to subject. So yeah, it's more about the unit. It's not about the individual. Yeah, we care about the individual. It's a fucking Marine Corps, man. But it's about the unit.
We care about them, but fuck them.
So sometimes you have to say, for example, if a guy doesn't come out of an NJP without a stripe missing, nobody knows he's been NJP'd.
True.
Nobody knows because he's not gonna run around and be like, "Hey, dude, check it out, I got NJP'd," and everybody else. So sometimes you'll take a stripe, but not take it in real life. He thinks you took it.
Yeah.
Everyone in there thinks you took it, but you and the CO have already discussed that. Hey, we're gonna rescind that portion, but he's gonna walk around as a Lance Corporal for a couple months.
Yeah.
And of course the kid will come to me and say, "Hey, hey, First Sergeant or A Staff Sergeant, whatever. I'm still getting paid as a corporal. I don't want to have to pay this money back. They screwed up." And you have to be on the. Then they'll come to you and you say, "Hey, man, don't worry about it. Keep your mouth shut. I got it covered. I'll fix it. You won't pay it back. Don't worry." And of course, the kid's stressed out. That's all part of the game. So he's stressed out because he thinks he's getting money he doesn't supposed to get. Everybody saw him leave out of there missing a stripe.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So
yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, it's part of building the cult.
Nice.
Psychological.
Some people
warfare.
deserve it. Let's be honest. Some people deserve to get NJP.
I deserve that one.
Yeah, you said you were going to steal a car.
Well, that was before. That didn't happen.
That was a different event.
It didn't even happen.
Yeah, that's true. Intent, no intent.
There is an article for that.
What?
For stealing
Stealing
cars?
cars?
Attempts. So if you attempt to violate the UCMJ, but you are unsuccessful because you're a really sucky criminal, you can still be charged.
Jesus, that would suck.
So I tried to steal money, but I suck at it, and I didn't get anything.
What's the most ridiculous thing you saw somebody get in trouble for?
Oh, man.
Just like, I can't believe this is...
Not drinking water. I shouldn't even say that name. Never mind.
I'll beep it out.
Okay.
What happened? Not drinking water.
It's a
sad story, to be honest. As a human being, it's sad because something's wrong with them.
Time out. So I'm in a group chat with my friends. It's still Operation TAD, Rango, Ski,
Shout out to all you guys.
and oh god, he's gonna kill me. Oh, JT Tarian.
Wow.
But we're all in it. Sorry guys. And his name gets brought up twice a week. Easy. They make these memes in there that I'll cry about because it's so funny. They're like, this kid was.
You should start a Reddit page just for it.
Oh man, people just wouldn't understand. I wish Rango was here to listen to this. Skeeter, hello. But the way he tells his story. You remember Rango?
Yeah.
Yeah, just goofy little.
We gotta have Rango on sometime.
Yeah,
we'll do a phone in. When he comes to visit.
But there was this kid that was on our. No clue how he even got in the Marine Corps, and he
has a twin brother that's autistic, full blown autistic.
Yeah.
So we're like, he's probably got a touch of it.
So he would he'd forget to drink water. He would he would sleep in and he'd come to work with shaving cream on his face, like literally shaving cream on his face. He'd forget to shave it, or he would just the most insane things you never thought could ever happen. He would shove dirty underwear underneath his pillow and sleep with like shitty underwear. He worked in the kitchen on ship and would eat a cookie and then spit it out so he could have the taste but not the calories.
Because he was gonna get...
okay.
And these are just things off the top of my head that I'm throwing out there.
So
we'd make him dummy cord a canteen to him and he would lose it.
And the thing is,
but he would just have the dummy cord on him and he would never know.
And he would not know that he's not drinking the.
And it's not like people didn't know about this. It's not like people didn't know about it.
Yeah,
like,
everyone
people
knew.
But
this kid could wail the guitar, and he was like Rain Man. He could do.
Oh, he was a savant.
He could do math. He was very good at math.
Oh yeah, he used to try to help me do college algebra.
Yeah.
He would like, hey, you want some help with that? Let me know,
But
Sergeant. I'm
one
like,
time we told him to
go.
He was at parade rest, and he wouldn't answer why he did something wrong. So we said, you're going to stand there until you can tell me an answer. And it was about, I think it was 2.5 or 3 hours on ship in a hallway at parade. Think of 3 hours at parade rest.
Is that hazing?
It was his own thing. We had to stop
Sergeant
it.
Major, is that hazing?
No, not at all.
We're like, hey man, you're kind of freaking us out. Like, just go away. Like, this is weird now. This isn't even funny.
You win.
Yeah, you want. Yeah, but anyway, long story long. I don't even know why we started talking about him, but yeah. Oh, he would forget to drink water. So we'd be like, hey, just randomly, because we'd make him PT every day because he's a big old chunky kid. hey, when's the last time you had water? Last night, and it's the next night now.
Yeah.
And we're like, we've been PTing the shit out of you all day. What do you haven't drank any water?
Why were you supervising hydration there, NCO?
So then we made him have a hydration book. So you have to drink 1 gallon a day, and it have to be signed off. So come 11:50 at night, and let's see your log, and he still has a half a gallon to drink, or he had to drink, half a gallon. One time he still had 3/4 of a gallon to drink, and it was 11:50 p.m. And we're like, hey, you got till midnight, bud. Figure it out.
Yeah.
That might be amazing.
And then, well, he did.
No, that's teaching.
But yeah, so either
I'm
way.
not a big fan of hazing.
We do it in boot camp. They did it in boot camp.
Yeah.
We would chug canteens until someone puked water, until the first person puked water.
You had to chug it and tip it upside down and stand on line, right?
Yeah. Show that it's empty.
You didn't stand. You put it upside down over your head.
Speaking of that, he made us fill up sandbags and write our initials on 2 of them because called us all out for not reading the thing that Sergeant Major sent out.
Oh yeah, what was that thing?
So,
obviously, it wasn't that important.
So Sergeant Major wanted cami netting over the COC. We had that, and then he's like, all these sandbags. He's like, I want all new ones around the entire fire. And then everybody had to walk to the beach. Couldn't fill them up anywhere else. Come back.
Way.
What was it that
we had to each initial a sandbag.
Dude, how much does sandbag weigh?
Enough.
Probably 40 pounds.
Not that much.
And we had to each initial it, and then at the end had to go and look at every single sandbag with a roster and check off 2 check marks for each person.
It was a team building event. But what was it you were supposed to read?
We were supposed to read a white letter that came out or whatever it was for.
Oh yeah.
It was cool sometimes, and like he pissed me off sometimes.
I always liked him. I always liked a lot of the guys from S3 just because I guess we would get things that way.
He would just come into a meeting.
That's the only way you can get anything.
He would just come into a meeting and be like, "Here's what's going to happen," and it's like Sergeant, and it's all the captains and staff NCOs, and we're like, "Fuck you, dude!" Like,
I thought he was cool.
Like, no, he was cool. He was totally cool. He signed off on my. I didn't even realize I did the gas mask for 2 years. It was great.
Sick.
Or gas chamber.
You know what? Remember Brown? Or no, it wasn't Brown. It was the other guy. What was his name? He might still be in, so I want to say his name.
I might bleep his name out. Is he still in?
But
Is he still in? He's out?
I'm pretty sure he's out. He got NJP'd at the schoolhouse when he was lat moving.
Oh, he lat moved?
For pulling a chair out on or taking a lieutenant's desk or something really childish. The guy was like, "Oh, I'm going to sit here." And the lieutenant was like, "Get up." And he was like, "No, man." And they had been friends the whole time. They're both in the same schoolhouse. They're going to...
Now he's challenging him and probably in front of other people.
Exactly. I think it was something stupid too. And the guy was like, "No, you're going to..." And then he was like, "No." And then, then he got NJP because of it. And then he got kicked out of the schoolhouse for it.
Wow.
He lat moved to, not you.
I'm going to take his name out because of all that.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's in anymore. But anyway,
Anyway, so you guys were both at ANGLICO together. When did you get there?
I think it was 2011. Late 2011.
When did you get there, Farrell?
2013, May.
So you got there right after the company deployment or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got...
They just got back.
That's why I brought the picture, because I thought you were in it. I didn't realize you got there so much later.
Yep.
Dang fucking nerd.
I'm fucking pothead, you. I don't know. What the fuck's going on?
I got...
Yeah, I got there...
Yeah, we're all in the photo in there. I got those 2 photos hanging up in there.
2 of them I was gone for. 2 of them we were in Scotland for one and Australia for the other.
The company photos.
You went to Australia with us.
Is actually...
Yeah, that was a good time.
That was a great time.
What'd you guys do in Australia?
Nothing. Well, we worked with the... what was that called?
Abacus. American, British, Canadian...
It was great, whatever it was.
Australian, Bacchus or something. It was a good time.
It was.
You guys had the time of their life.
We only had to do like 4-hour shifts a day, honestly, and then we had a bunch of days off too. And it was Monday through Friday. Did we work? Oh, we did work weekends, but it was pretty easy. And it was actually extremely easy. And we had some barracks we lived in, and he was with us, and everyone kind of got the gist of like, hey, because we missed out on the Afghanistan deployment when they split that SALT in half, Echo. So they were like, hey, we're.
So you were there, and then they cut you from the deployment.
Yeah, they were like, hey, after we were like weeks away from deploying, we did the whole workup, and then they were like, hey, we only need we only need 1 FIC to go. I think is what it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all
dude,
right.
I had my first deployment to Iraq and at Camp Lejeune. Were you ever at Camp? You were never at Camp Lejeune.
For schools and stuff, but never.
When you deploy out of Camp Lejeune, you go over to Cherry Point and you fly out of there because that's where the air station is. It's kind of like out here. You go over to March, right? Then everybody fly out of March. Same kind of deal. There's a kid who was at the thing at Cherry Point waiting to get on the plane, and a duty van came up and was like, "Hey, Corporal so and so." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "They're like, grab your shit. You're not deploying." Dude, this dude's whole family came to see him leave. Like his mom, dad, grandparents were there.
back.
Like, our hero, blah, blah, blah.
That happened to my brother.
His
when
mom
he
was
left.
probably like, I believe in Jesus. I believe in Jesus.
When my brother left for MEPS, he came back that night because the MEPS paperwork was screwed up. Like when he went to go to boot camp.
Oh, really?
It was like the first goodbye of the family because he's like no one is, and then he's not the oldest.
that's
But,
That happened to me.
and then he shows up an hour or two later, and we're like, "What the heck are you doing back?" And the next week we had to do that whole thing over again.
Oh, that's a mind fuck. That's terrible. That's worse than, getting NJP'd in Bahrain.
That would suck.
Yeah.
I don't
my-
know. You don't really know what you're doing then.
My
at that
recruiter
point.
called me a week before I left, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to leave a month later instead of a week?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
It's like a couple extra days.
Or it was, I can't remember which way it was. I don't remember which way it was, but I switched it because I was like, "Why not?"
It was
And
probably-
I always think of, I wonder how my Marine Corps career would have been if I would have said no. It'd be completely different. I probably wouldn't even know you.
Have you ever seen Mr. Baseball? I think it was Mr. No, not Mr. Baseball. Fuck. What's that movie? Never mind. I'm not even gonna. It's a old '80s movie about baseball.
Sounds good.
Where a guy hits a home run, but in real life he misses it. He spends his whole life like, whoa, what would have happened if I'd have hit that home run? And he, whatever. He goes back and something happens, and he goes back and he had hit it, and now he's a super rich fucking dude, and he just hates his life. It's one of those stories.
I'm watching that.
It's one of those stories.
Yeah, I
Have-
like those things.
I'll have to figure it out. It's a good movie. I mean, it's a '90s, probably early '90s movie.
Have you ever heard of the book called Racing in the Rain?
No.
I'm not even going to talk about it.
Is it
They made a movie about it.
MotoGP or something?
No, but they have a dog in it. It's about a dog.
The fuck?
Oh yeah,
Racing in the
Go
Rain.
on.
it's really
Somebody's
just made a
getting-
movie on it. And have you ever seen the movie the show This Is Us?
No.
Jeez.
I saw a couple minutes of it.
You know Jack, the main character, that guy.
I think so.
He's in it, and he's a really good actor. Either way, it's a sad / good movie.
You got those solo cups?
I do. I brought.
Let's take a sip of this.
Okay.
So, I've got a bottle.
There's a lot.
There were
missing.
some people that I got another bottle in case this doesn't have it all.
I got ice for you too.
In the
Part-
chest.
A lot of people ordered
over here.
these Anglico single barrel Jack Daniels bottles, and I think a lot of people didn't get the bottles that they ordered. Something happened. I'm not going to get into it because I don't know the details, and I don't want to, talk bad about people. But anyway, I ended up getting mine because the guy
If you want,
posted on Facebook or something like, "Hey, we got these bottles," and I messaged him. I'm like, "Hey, let me get mine now." And he was here in California. He was here in SoCal, and I went and picked them up. Was the only reason I got mine. I tried to get as many for people I knew because we'd all already paid.
So I
That's.
So what I'm getting
can't
at is
even-
we're gonna drink this single barrel Jack.
I'm pretty butthurt I didn't get a bottle. And you know what else I'm really butthurt about is
Oh,
that
are you one of the guys that bought one of these? and
no,
didn't
I
get
just
it?
I never even thought about it. But you know what I'm pretty mad about is when Merritt built that bar. I remember he was like, "Hey, you want to put your patch in here?" Because remember he put the on top.
Yeah, he put the patch.
And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and I didn't really think about it then. I'm like, whatever. I don't really care if it is. And they did the top, and I'm like, I am so upset at myself that I didn't go out and buy a $7 patch because I didn't have an extra one, and just put it in there because that bar,
be there forever.
It's gonna be there forever because we have like our pictures and stuff in there, but that could always change.
Yeah.
The top of that bar. Every time I go there, I'm like, all these guys I was here with, and I didn't take the time to put my name in there.
At some
and
point,
it
I'm going to go
sucks.
back and take Salt Delta's photo from Saudi Arabia and hang it up in there.
Yeah, that's what I did right before I left. I had 2 photos made and put it in a frame, and I put them in there myself.
I wish.
Yeah, that bar, as long as it stands, that's something you want to be in.
Yes. I just wish I would have. I mean, that was the way that Merritt did that was crazy to me. The fact that he took one room like that and he was able to. I mean, he had the keg lines running to it. He had the tappers. Yeah, the tables were kind of sticky and whatnot. But for one guy to just be like, "Yeah, I'm going to build a bar,"
Yeah, nothing else
I thought
going
that
on.
was a great, super good job.
Oh yeah, he did a great job. And you know what the great thing about that is? He was close to EASing. He had a plan. And like, hey, just you want to do that? Yeah, okay, just do it, man.
Yeah.
Just do it. You know.
See, but that you don't get that anywhere. You don't
We
go to
had- we-
CLB and get a sergeant major that's like, yeah, build a bar.
I know when I was there, we used to go in there all the time and do stuff. We'd
Yeah,
have
that-
all the events in there. It made it super. We'd
was
go in there
perfect.
sometimes and have like a little meeting where we just all stand there and drink beer and.
Yeah, or
Talk shop.
if you were there for a late day, we'd go in there and have a beer at the bar. Or
So cheers to the
Oh, cheers.
Anglico
Cheers.
whiskey.
Let's see if we can make our ice clink for the microphone.
I put a little Coke in
I'm
mine.
not a huge whiskey person.
Yeah, man.
I'm more of a rum person.
Really?
It's become more like, okay, I'm okay with it. Before I didn't like it at all. Like I wouldn't.
Rum?
No, whiskey.
Do you think that
I love
drinking
rum.
alcohol, certain types of alcohol, have you a different effect when you're drunk?
Yeah.
Do you believe in that?
Yeah.
Because that's how
I think some like rum has more sugar in it, so I think that affects you differently.
Like when I drink Jack Daniels, if I'll go out at a night and drink Jack, I'm much more of like a not happy, like I'm like almost makes me mean, not mean, you know, but it makes me in a grumpy mood almost, like a fighting kind of. It's weird.
I think
but Jack
alcohol
Daniels
does
is
that
the
to
only
most
thing that,
people.
because you know some people are like, oh, I don't drink that because it makes me mean, or but if I drink Jack, that's how I feel, and it's weird.
Yeah.
But I have to like go out and party and drink and be, you know, but it's the only alcohol I can drink, and I'm like, that makes me feel different than any other alcohol.
You know, I do believe in that. I personally, I don't experience that. I drink everything and I get happier and happier and happier. But short, stocky people that are shorter and stockier, this is just my Marine Corps observation.
They make you angry?
They get crazy. They get crazy when they drink liquor. Every single short, stocky Marine I know.
That does make sense.
That's Ski.
Yeah, but Ski gets angry on everything. Ski's Russian.
He's like, what's up,
Ski's
man?
Russian.
Like,
Ski was punching himself in the head
you.
one night on the catwalk, and he was saying some crazy. I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah, it's just certain people. So I think body types, body chemistry,
Yeah.
you know, the makeup of the body and all. And everybody has, okay, here's the hippie side of me. Everybody has vibrations, right?
Yeah.
So you have certain vibrations that come
The
out
energy.
of your fucking thing.
No, that
Like
is true.
crystals.
Yeah, that's why
outta here.
women keep picking the same fucked up dudes.
Yeah.
Because they have the
I think
vibration.
that's biology. I don't think that's
And their
vibrations.
periods like match up when they're all together, like some cyborgs.
I didn't
That's
know.
that's 'cause they're
insane. That's
crazy.
insane.
They're
Like
crazy.
what? Those are aliens.
I wonder what happens when they leave.
Speaking
Like,
of-
do they go back to normal,
Who
or
knows?
or do they stay?
Well, it's like a clock. You know, like the things that are going at the same time. Eventually, they're going to outsync. That's not science at all. I have no clue if that's.
I know what the problem is. I'll tell you what it is, man. So Adam and Eve, right? They're in the garden,
Okay.
okay? Eve takes a bite of the apple,
Okay.
and then she talks to Adam like, hey, you got to eat the apple, right? Adam pussed out right then. He was pussy whipped. What he should have done at that moment was said, God, this one's broken. It doesn't listen.
Give me another one. This I need a refurbished. Yeah.
Yeah, this one doesn't work right. It's not listening. And you're going to get some hate mail over that too. But that's the
Maybe.
truth. So that's why they're like that.
Speaking of that, have you ever done shrooms?
No, I haven't done shrooms.
Have you? Yeah, you have,
Yeah,
right?
I have.
Speaking of the vibrations and stuff like that. So anyway, I got out of the Marine Corps and I'm like, I kind of want to try just a couple drugs I've never really tried before.
I haven't done it since back in the day. I haven't done any since
The first time I did it was a couple months ago, and I'm like, you know what? Because I always stuck away from hallucinogens. I don't want to I don't think I can function at the time. I'm like, I don't ever think I could think things are coming out of walls and stuff and be okay with it. I have to be like in control, and like doing a lot of research and stuff. And I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan, and I always hear him talking about like psilocybin and stuff.
He's basically a scientist.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it out. And it was the best experience of my life. It was not a top 5, I would say. Maybe not best, but no, I would say best. It was amazing.
Was it?
It is the happiest, like, everything, it just has energy and vibrations. And like, you look at that picture and it's like almost breathing. It has a movement. Or like we looked at a shower curtain in my bathroom and it was like breathing. Everything had like an inhale exhale to it. It's you know that, yeah. And it's just like this, but it could be bad as well. So I've tried it twice. The second time I tried it, these mushrooms were literally 10 times stronger than the first ones. So we took the same amount, and
Went to space.
I was so far in space that I couldn't even like.
That's crazy.
But I had to be a grown up because there was no one there to watch us. So I had to like make sure I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do anything stupid. So I just laid there and just rode it out. You know, homegirl's on the ground doing fucking snow angels on the ground talking to herself, and I'm like, I can't let her get out. And it was just like,
That's discipline, man. You got to be proud of that.
sucked. And all I could think around is I'm in charge
So
right
will
now.
you do it
I'm in
again?
charge that she doesn't like go. I would do it again, but I would because I have the same ones. Then a lot of people have told me they're like, just take one and kind of chew it. Just just hang out, feel it, take one more. You don't. They're like, unless you're looking for a trip, don't take them all at one time. Don't take a whole 3.5 at one time.
See, I don't even know. Like
I mean, I have them.
This is totally generational differences.
Generational. Wasn't shrooms huge like in Woodstock and in the Great
It was
Depression
like-
or whatever?
It was like 7.
He's an 80s guy.
Weren't you alive for the Great Depression?
I was live to hear
I
stories.
always tell my dad that. Like, how was the Great Depression?
I mean, I am old.
Wait, what year were you born?
66.
How? I think my dad
My
was born
VW
in
is
62.
1 year younger than I am.
Jesus.
Dude, Jerry, he told me after we got off the podcast, I wanted to ask him about it again when we get back on. He was at the Altamont Speed Festival. Or was it Altamont? It was the one after Woodstock where the Hells Angels killed the dude.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He was at that. I'm like, dude.
Wait, the Hells Angels what?
They so I guess back in the day, back in the 60s, they would hire the Hells Angels for security for concerts out here in California.
Yeah, Rolling Stones, I think, was the one. Or the Who? Rolling Stones?
I think it
so
was,
the
I think
song
it was the Rolling Stones.
Bye Bye American Pie
Yeah.
is about that.
No.
That's in there, yeah.
Well,
there's a bunch of shit in there, but part of it is about...
I thought it was about the plane going down. Buddy Holly.
That's in there, too. So it covers that whole genre, but it also covers, I think it was the Rolling Stones, maybe. They hire the Hells Angels as security because it's cool.
Crazy.
And, of course, the Hells Angels kill somebody. But,
yeah, they stabbed a dude.
Yeah.
I went to a motorcycle club meet once. First time I ever done it, and there was a Hells Angels guy there. They were like, because I went with Martin. He was riding. And he's like, you want to join a club? I was like, I don't want to join a club. Didn't want to do it. So he's like, well, just come out for a ride with us one time. I'm like, all right, I'll go ride with you guys. And it was literally like the Marine Corps. You got to sit outside the house, wait for word from the head guy. And when you're in the Marines, you don't want to get off the Marines and do that same stuff. Anyway, we go to this club. It looks literally off the Sons of Anarchy.
Really?
Like, there's like girls playing pool and like just I'm like, I don't belong here. And they're like, hey, there's a Hells Angels member.
There was an
coming
episode with a dude on a sport bike. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I don't. But they were like, hey, he's coming. Don't touch his patch. Don't look him in. Like, there's a bunch of rules. Don't look him in the eye. You can't, like, when you can't touch the patch on his back. Bunch of stuff. And I'm like, no way.
Like, what would happen?
And I'm like,
I
I wonder what if I'll, and I'm like, I wonder, and I'm boom there. I knew it. This guy was like 6'8", probably 300 pounds, and he had a shirt on that said, 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead.
Oh, yeah. That's
big old letters.
One of my favorite sayings.
And I'm like, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, that's him, guaranteed. I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like, why am I here? Well, like, what am I doing here?
Why were you there?
Because I was riding with my friend Martin, and he was out riding. And I was like, I'll go with you one time. But I'm like, I do not belong in this.
Tim,
belong here.
My neighbor Tim, he was at a last weekend or the weekend before. They had a fundraiser, a charity event. A bunch of bike clubs. Hells Angels he bought at the fundraiser. He bought a Hells Angels T-shirt.
Really?
Yeah,
they sell T-shirts.
Yeah,
yeah.
We went to a bar one time and he was wearing it. I'm like, bro.
They market that stuff. Support your local. Yeah,
we're not gonna get stabbed and you wearing. I mean, I don't know anything about biker clubs.
I don't want to know anything. I got no business in that.
But he was.
Makes your life too complicated.
Why I brought it up though was he was telling a guy about the podcast, and because one of the dudes said he was in the Marines and he was with First ANGLICO.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I was there when he's gonna try to get his contact and introduce me." He said he was there when First ANGLICO stood back up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then he did all the Iraq.
What was that? 01?
No, it was 2003 or 2004. It was for the Iraq invasion. 2003 then.
I feel like I should know.
Maybe
this. Rango knows it, guaranteed.
I don't know.
2003 does sound right.
Early 2000s, it was stood back up.
He was there for that.
That's what he's.
Yeah, maybe.
He said, I don't know. I mean, how many people do you know in the Marine Corps that knows what ANGLICO is, let alone...
Yeah, and know that it was down and back.
Random dude. It'd be hard to be stolen valor. Someone comes up and like, yeah, I was with ANGLICO.
But you deserve it.
Okay.
Keep it.
You pronounced it correctly.
Yeah.
So.
Angelico.
Yeah,
Angelico. You guys were the church dudes,
what was your favorite unit?
Well, I can't say ANGLICO, because that's the given answer.
Thank you.
I did enjoy ANGLICO.
It was a fun time.
Alpha Company 1-5 was my favorite unit. We were a cult, and I was there for 4 years. We went to combat together, and so that was my favorite, only because we were. I even got talked to by Sergeant Major and the Colonel, like, "Hey, you can't build your own cult."
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what rank were you then?
I was a first sergeant.
What do you mean by cult? Like, why do they say that?
So I get there, we go to Iraq, we come back, and during the next 4 years, I worked to deal with Sergeant Major, because normally what happens is you go to a rifle company, and then you go to H&S or weapons. So as a first sergeant, you're going to move companies as you become more senior. And so Sergeant Major was like, hey, if you leave me in Alpha Company, I'll do another deployment.
You're talking about your monitor?
No, I'm talking about my sergeant major upstairs.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry. Never
Yeah, so I'm like, hey, look, I'll stay with you because I'm due to rotate, blah, blah, blah. I'll stay with you. Just leave me in the company. So I stayed for another deployment in that company. And then comes time around, and now I have to move to H&S. Nobody wants to go to H&S. And, or weapons company. And weapons company's cool. But I'm like, hey, look, I'll do another deployment. Just leave me now. And so I had already, by that time I owned everything. The S3, the S1. I even had a guy in legal. So in the grunts, you only have one legal clerk. And it's just one legal guy trying to do 9,000 things by himself. And I had a guy that was getting out. He wasn't going to make the next deployment. And I'm like, dude, you're freaking smart as shit. I'm going to put you in legal. Like, you can't put me in legal. There's no spot there. Yeah, I'm going to make a deal with the first sergeant of H&S to help your legal guy. And I'm going to put you in legal, and you're going to be the guy that drives this stuff to main side and drops off the paperwork. So the legal guy can type the paperwork.
You can do his actual work. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can burn those scumbags. That was part of my plan. So I had a guy in the legal. I had guys in S1. I had guys. The S3 was one of my best friends, Staff Sergeant Nichols. I got him into the S3. Got a really good sergeant out of the company into the S3 to work for him. So I kind of owned everything. So that's why it was my favorite unit. I owned everything. I was just a company first sergeant. I wasn't the guy in charge, but I had somebody everywhere. Somebody from the family, and that's what we called it, the family. Somebody from the family was in every single part of that, including supply.
Yeah.
So we owned everything. So we got, S3, hey, I want 2 guys to go to jump school. There's no quotas. I want 2 guys to go to jump school.
They say there's no quotas, but division's holding them and nobody's taking them.
Well, yeah.
Nobody asked for them.
Yeah, and the whole thing is you got to put fire under them. Like, hey, do you want to drive home tonight?
Yeah.
Or do you want to limp home tonight?
Well,
That's
an
all right. Okay.
That's a technique.
But that was the nuance. That was it. Was so that's why it was my second favorite. Obviously, was ANGLICO, just because it's so much damn fun.
There's a guy that emailed me, and I read it on the last show. He said, brutally honest, 0 embellishments in his stories after 3 pumps and 1.5 with this guy, without a doubt, the most influential person in my career. Great subject for a podcast. Slightly upset I didn't hear the old man say he would roll someone in carpet and light them on fire. That's how you know he really loves you.
Who said that?
What's up with that? His name's Bossow?
Yeah,
Bossow?
Bossow. So we were in Iraq together. He was a motorman, I think. And we were in Iraq together. He was a young guy then, like a PFC Lance Corporal. And then we stayed together for 2 more deployments. And then he went to teach mortars at SOI. And we still,
That's funny.
just this kind of guy that those are the kind of friends that you make
You just
in
keep
the
in
Marine
touch
Corps.
with him, yeah.
Yeah, and you might not talk to him for 5 years, and then the day you talk to him, it's like,
What up, dude?
yeah, it's like you talk to him every day.
Hey, what's up, boot?
Yeah, we just had it. We all went to Arizona. One of our friends from Okinawa killed himself. So all like the Okinawa, basically like family of his, we all came out. And we haven't seen each other in years. And we brought a bottle of scotch into the funeral. I mean, into the
Cemetery?
into the funeral when they did the reception not the reception. It was in a church. Yeah, in the wake. And we're just passing it back and forth, and his family, everything. And it was just
the
actual wake, like the
eulogy, the wake's afterwards,
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. That was
or whatever. I don't know what the actual ceremony is called.
I
But
don't know.
anyway, it was just we had never seen each other for I think 5 years probably, and it was just it was just a drunk fest.
How many dudes you look at and
So
you're like,
much
dude, this
fun.
dude changed so much.
Honestly, not really. I mean,
Yeah.
a couple of them actually a lot of them had kind of grown up a little bit, but myself and a couple of the other guys that were still down to party we're at a
Got the
pool party all
Okinawas
day.
coming out of here.
Yeah,
like,
I mean literally just
So wait,
Just
it's from
partying.
when you were in Okinawa or when you were stationed there?
when I was stationed there.
What camp were you at on Okinawa?
I was in Camp Hansen.
What about you?
Hansen, Schwab. Yeah, Hansen and Schwab.
What's the best one to be at?
Hansen. I mean, Schwab you go to Schwab and it was always raining there. It wasn't raining anywhere else but Schwab. and it was always grunts, just like
It's just a cloud of rain.
literally,
over that
and
one
it was
camp.
always the grunts. I remember every time we drove there, they were just in rain and mud, and they were doing that. You know, where you do one big push-up line. Everybody's on their the feet are on their shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
But then the last guy has to crawl underneath everybody.
Oh, I hated
and they have
that.
to keep moving, and they have to do the whole field.
Yeah.
We would do that at McMap.
And it's raining, pouring rain, and I'm just, a radio operator, a little pogue driving by in my warm car. I'm like, absolutely not. Or no, I was on the bus. We took the green line, so we're on the bus.
Yeah, that's funny. It's another thing.
What did you? How long were you on Hanson for? Who were you with?
I was there quite a few deployments. I was there
just
before
for,
they
like,
built
UDPs?
Yeah, I went there for UDPs, 31st MEU.
That's who I was. I was permanent personnel of the 31st MEU.
Oh, no kidding.
The comm shop right there
When
with the
was
basketball
that?
court. Right before I came to Anglico, so 2010 to 2011 to 2013.
Okay.
But that's
So-
our comm shop right there by the chow hall.
Yeah, I was over there during that time with 1-5, I think. No, 11, you said?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I was already gone. I was already up in Oregon.
yeah. Hanson was a place to be. I mean, Kintown was right there, and Kintown is
Dude, I heard like the E clubs, like people party.
it's nuts. The E club is nuts. So what happens is you get off work out there late. So you get off work. We'd get off work probably like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock every night. I don't know why. You always just worked late. No, it never made sense.
We were the comm shops. So you probably sitting in a cage with record
just
jackets
dumb,
laying around.
just
everywhere.
dumb. But we had a good family there. The family you party. The thing is, you work with people you party with. So it's like there's no separation. Like out here on the weekends, everybody goes home. You didn't get that.
Yeah,
so
you hang
there's
out with
so
some
much
people,
more of a
but some
tight
people
knit
don't.
family.
Yeah.
You get off work at like 6. You could only buy a 6-pack or a 6-pack at a time at the PX at the little shopette. So you would just buy a 6-pack, literally go out, do a U-turn, come right back in. And everybody knew that's how it worked.
Yeah.
So the girl at the counter wouldn't let you buy 2. You'd have to go outside,
That's so
turn around,
stupid.
come in the other door.
That's one of those like we do this. We're so dumb, like because of the
Yeah.
bureaucracy.
So we do that,
Yes,
get
those
changed,
are rules that are made up to
and
without
immediately you'd go to
consideration.
Kintown. Immediately, because it was like, okay, I got to be back by midnight. I have 4 hours to
What's
get as
in-
drunk
what's
as
Kintown?
possible.
Kinville.
Kintown's right out the gate.
Ken or Kim?
K-I-N.
K-I-N.
It's
Kinville.
probably the size
Kinville.
of.
Yeah,
don't
that's the
even-
place I was telling you about last time. That's outside. So Kinville used to be Mardi Gras every single night, all night, before the whole curfew at midnight thing.
That's nuts. I can imagine.
Did you ever go to the Dream Club?
There wasn't one called the Dream Club.
Oh, so you go out the gate, second block in, make a left, go down about 3 blocks, like you're going to go to the
Like you're gonna
VFW.
go out.
There are people that have been to Okinawa in their minds going, okay.
Yeah. I'm by an Irish bar. There's like a stairway to go up to an Irish
Yes,
bar
okay,
right
so
there.
the Irish bar is right across from the fence, right?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, I totally know what you're talking about. And no, I never went there.
Okay,
Yes.
best. It used to, in the 70s, and not, I wasn't there in the 70s and 60s, but in the 70s and 60s, it was a Vietnam bar. So
crazy.
the Dream Club, that's why it's called the Dream Club, right? Anyway, so now it's a Japanese place. So you'd go out, you go down, it's on your right-hand side, and they have cover bands. And normally it's mostly Japanese people in there. And there might be 8 people in there. And they have birthday parties and shit like that. So, but that was my place, because that was my place back when it was a hopping place, before they put the curfew and they killed Kinville. But, so anyways, I go down there, and they have this great cover band doing Sade. Smooth Operator.
Yeah,
Japanese girl.
I know the song.
Yeah. They are so
Oh
good.
my God, I don't think I do.
It's a little before my time.
Well, she was like really hot back in the day. So anyways, they're doing Sade, and she's doing Smooth Operator. But her English translation is not perfect, so she's saying smooth up the ladder. So she's singing the lyrics, and she's good. I mean, she's good, but it's smooth up the ladder. Nobody else gets it but me, because I'm the only American in the place. And I'm partying with the Japanese family that's having a birthday party for Grandpa or whatever.
Nice.
But yeah, that was the place.
Dude, those
That's-
bands, like going to Singapore, the Filipino bands that are in all these places.
Dude.
I went to Malaysia. When I was in Malaysia, same thing. We went to some basement bar when we at this.
Yeah.
We were at this hotel. They're like, "Don't go outside at night. Like we have guards coming for when you guys leave during the day." But we could go to this basement bar, and then we'd go down there, and there'd be this badass band playing. But it's like
There
I
was
don't know, there's
always
like
good. They had a rock bar there in American. It's called American something in Kintown, but they had always had good cover bands there, and it's just that town is like the size of. maybe 41, not even 41 area. What do you? I mean, yeah, 41 area.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
if you
where all
get
the
out
bars and stuff are at,
yeah.
it's actually smaller. Either way, it's all walking distance. It's like a couple blocks each way.
Yeah.
But the town stretches, but there's really not much past that.
Okay.
And it's literally just tattoo shops, strip clubs, massage parlors, and bars.
Are there
It's
expats?
built-
Do you see very many expats there, or like retirees
Yeah, a couple of them own bars down there.
that
Yeah.
just
But-
stayed? Dude,
Yeah,
that just stayed?
and
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
a town built for Marines.
Yeah.
There's no other reason but Marines to go there. That's it. And it was just fueled. So from 8 o'clock until 11:45, everyone's like, we're gonna black out as fast as possible.
Yeah, it's a race to get to the finish line.
So
Once they
you-
put that curfew in,
You
they
could buy
ruin it.
trays. It was $20 for a tray with 10 screwdrivers for $20. And that's what we'd always start out with. Give me 3 trays, and everybody would just start literally just slamming a tray, and you're like, okay, give me a nudge. You're trying to get black out
That's retarded.
because then I was 21 years old, no bills. I had a
Yeah.
phone, I had a cell phone bill and Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So from there, we'd go to the ATM, grab $100, like at least 4 times a week, because again, I had no bills and we were making extra money.
I guess I can't say I was pretty wild.
And you'd go to the E Club after that. The E Club, and everybody on that base would go to the E Club. So it was like packed. Think of like the E Club, if you ever seen one on base or anything, like a staff club or anything. Imagine that being the place to be.
So,
Which I'm guessing 41 area used to have one, right?
oh yeah, 41
I
area.
think all the areas had one.
Yeah, they all had an E club. They had an NCO club. They had a
Like back when people didn't have a lot of
E3
cars.
and
and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Blue
you were
Club.
talking about it on yours. On
Yeah.
your
Wasn't there a
NCO
day in the
club.
Marine Corps not everybody had cars,
Yeah.
right?
We had when I first came in the Marine Corps, we had a Cadillac Eldorado. One of the guys bought this Cadillac Eldorado convertible, right?
the big ass long one.
Yeah, like the 76, 75 model. So it's huge. It was a convertible.
If you didn't have fucking horns on the front, I don't want to hear it.
It was badass, man. 500 cubic inch V8, but the top didn't work. So the guy bought it, the guy in the barracks, and it was kind of like the barracks car. So the guy bought it, and he's like, hey, man, you work on cars? I'm like, yeah, I kind of know what I'm doing. So I got it running, but the top didn't work. So when it would rain, I'd be like, hey, just turn on the heater, man. You got a mobile hot tub. We had this whole joke thing going. But back then, you could drink and drive. Well, you couldn't drink and drive, but you could drink and drive, and then they would get you at the gate and be like, you're a dork. And, you'd go to the payphone, and then you'd borrow change from the MP, and you'd call the barracks, and the duty NCO would go get somebody, and they would come down and get your car and drive it back to the barracks. And either you'd walk back to the barracks, or the MP would give you a ride.
Wow.
So you didn't get busted.
Why didn't you ride
Imagine
back with them when
that.
they took your car?
Because you're not getting back in the car. That was kind of like your punishment.
Oh,
That's a
So-
decent punishment.
Yeah, so you're coming to Chris O'Neill's gate. I got popped at the Chris O'Neill gate a couple times, and they're like, all right, park here and walk back. I'm like, oh, dude, the barracks is like 4 miles down the road, and there's nothing out there,
Yeah.
San Mateo,
God, that
Like,
would suck.
You either walk back or I'm going to run you. Like,
that's a different time.
But at
too,
what
man.
point did they say, okay, was there a day where they're like, no longer after this? Or did a couple times people started getting in trouble? They're like, okay, now they're cracking down.
Yeah,
Well-
it became unpopular. Moms Against Drunk Driving, what was that thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Late
the-
80s, early 90s.
the moms
Yeah.
for-
DUI things became big.
Yeah. That, and then the deglorification of alcohol. I mean, they killed the club system. That whole
Yeah.
deglorification of alcohol killed the club system.
They're trying to do it, or they were when I got out of like with tobacco.
Oh, you mean the military? It's like the Marine Corps deglorifying alcohol.
Well, no. They're saying that these other organizations put so much pressure on the military
Yeah.
that they
Oh,
made it a
okay.
big deal. And now
Yeah.
they're like, why are you selling cigarettes and
Yeah.
stuff cheaper than they sell them out in town? You're encouraging it. And then they had to raise their prices. Yeah, this is a few years
Yeah,
ago.
so,
wow.
yeah,
It's like-
cigarettes and stuff on base are equal with the average price out in town.
But it
Who's getting
used
that
to be
extra money,
it used to
though?
be cheaper, and there'd be a sign in the PX. It was like you can only buy
Yeah.
this many cartons. Or
Oh,
whatever.
wow.
Yeah,
I wonder who's getting that extra, like, is that just extra tax money they put on it, or?
No, the
fucking MCX Mafia.
yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
oh, we have to raise the price. Oh no!
You saw that first sergeant that got hit for $1.5 million worth of razors or whatever. He was
Fourth
stealing.
Anglico's.
What?
He was the sergeant major. He was the acting sergeant major or whatever. He was the first sergeant at Fourth Anglico. Went from Paris Island. $1.5 million worth of razors stolen.
No way.
Yeah.
And they caught the MCX guys too. There was like 2 of them.
Yeah, there was a whole thing.
So wait, You steal razors to do what?
While he was
I
a
don't
drill
know.
instructor, he got this thing set up with the people where he was getting extra ones, and then he was turning around and he set up a company and was selling razors online.
That's what he was doing?
Yeah, he was reselling them.
Oh, so he was getting them at recruit price.
And then
No.
reselling
He
them
was,
on,
I think
stealing
he
them.
was stealing them.
Oh, he was getting them.
Because he was working with the MCX
Yeah.
guys.
Oh,
So they were
man.
they were probably ordering extra and stashing them. And
I don't know.
Dude.
I don't know the full details, so you'd have to look it up. But it was something like that. But it was Fourth Anglico.
Do you know how he
Fourth
got caught?
Anglico has been in the news because they're also the unit that tried to do their ball at
Yeah.
Mar-a-Lago.
well, it got they're doing it still there, right?
No, they canceled it. No, they're doing it somewhere else.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
one of the guys, I know one of the guys that deployed with him, and he was like, the sad thing is that this is what the Marines wanted. Like, they're paying for it. It's not a military, it's a military event.
Yeah, the government doesn't pay for shit with the ball.
Yeah.
That's all.
I never thought of that. So
And that's what the dudes wanted.
Yeah.
what?
So they're making them change it because of the optics. Because it looks bad because it's at Donald Trump's property. Just like the whole Air Force thing landing in Scotland. And they were like, they just came out with a report there and they were like, hey, they were going here when they had to, and this was like the most sensible place to do it that had the government rate. Like, there was nothing wrong with it. It's all
and they'd
politics.
done it
It's fucking
before.
stupid.
That was their normal spot. So every time they go there,
Where, Scotland?
yeah,
Yeah.
those
Yeah, that's
diplomats,
what they were saying. Like, this
they
isn't,
use that place.
this isn't unusual.
Who owns the place in Scotland?
Trump.
Oh, okay.
It was one of his resorts, and
Yes.
what happened is when they let him stay there, they got a free round of golf also for staying the night. And if
Before
you
he was
stayed the
president
night.
and everything, and now
But,
he is. They're saying something
yeah.
about it.
So the contract started before he was president. So
Why don't they just show that?
no, they did.
People still won't shut up.
No, they won't shut up. You know how it is.
Well, when you look at the headlines, they'll tell you that, it was his or it happened, the contract happened before he was president, but they tell you like it's the last paragraph where no one's going to read it.
Yeah, no one's going to get to the end of it because they're too dumb. Have you ever heard of the Dunn-Kruger effect?
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, have you ever talked to somebody like the guy we were talking about earlier that can't remember to drink water? And they think they're really smart. If you were to ask them, hey, how smart are you? I'm above 50%. I'm the smarter guy. Well, that's the Dunn-Kruger effect. You're too dumb to know that you're dumb.
Ah, okay. Okay.
So that's why when you argue with...
I'm not
What
that.
if all three of us had this problem?
No, we don't
All
have that
three of us
problem.
are like, fuck, we're idiots.
Yeah.
No, we're freaking geniuses.
All right, I get it.
But yeah, so that's one of the issues with when you try to argue with someone and you're telling them, hey, 2 + 2 is 4, and they're like, no, but there could be another concept. No, fucker, there's not another concept. But you're too dumb to know you're dumb. So you think you're smart.
Wait.
2 + 2 is 4, and there is no, fancy math because you went to college, you have fancy math. No, it ain't. 2 + 2 is 4, that's it. Get a job, you fucking hippie.
Let's go back to Okinawa. Where was your go-to place to eat in Okinawa?
Oh man, right outside the gate, it was that first spot on the right. They had taco rice, or
Taco
the first spot
rice
on the
and
right,
cheese.
left.
Everybody
left or
talks
right.
about that.
But it's something. It's hard to explain.
Is it something you can make?
It
Yes.
is, but you'll never recreate it. You'll never come close to.
What's in it?
Okay, so it's a bed. It's a little plastic, maybe 8-inch plastic container, like 1 inch, 2 inch thick, and it's a layer. Actually, probably 3 inches thick. It's pretty big. A layer of rice, white rice. But something about this rice is better than rice I've ever had. It's really sticky. It's like
the sushi rice?
kind of, but it doesn't.
It's not quite sushi rice. But it has fukaki in it.
And then it's
It's
a layer
special
of
taco
a layer
rice,
of
damn
meat,
it.
a real thick layer of meat. Well, I'm guessing it's beef, but who knows? Like, I don't know whatever it is. It's the most delicious. It's probably human because it's the most delicious. Like,
it is.
Didn't see too many dogs running around.
probably, dude. It's
monkey
so
and dog.
so good, and it's like real greasy and just like it's bad for you. But then the thing is that it's the cheese. There's this. It's like thick sliced cheddar cheese is what it looks like sliced or not sliced, shredded. But the shreds are really thick.
Oh, the real chunky
and they are
ones,
so
yeah.
sharp tasting. It has such a. I can't explain it, but those three mixed together, and there's just red sauce you put on.
Everyone
there,
that comes from Oki talks about taco rice.
I just
Yeah, taco rice and cheese. I make
Taco
that
rice
for the
and cheese.
family. So, because you know what my job
Murder
is now? I am chief cook and pot scrubber. That's my job.
Stay-at-home dad.
Yeah. So, I was like, hey, you're a sergeant major. Ooh, big deal.
yeah,
Cool.
then-
you got pots to clean.
Make sure
Yeah,
the
that's
meats are done next time.
And what's your
dishwasher.
There's a spot
as she
on
slaps
my
your ass.
silverware.
Oh,
Yep.
getting feminized.
Chief cooking. Chief cook and pot scrubber. My dad came up with that.
Apron off.
So I bring my dad out to stay with us, right? And he's a he's a tough guy, man. He's like, I don't smoke that goddamn marijuana to escape reality. I am fucking reality, you goddamn punks.
Oh, shit.
That's him, right?
Was your dad in the Army or the Marines?
He was in the Army.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad and my stepdad. But, so anyway, he's out here. He's hanging out. And I'm doing dishes and making taco rice and cheese for the family, right?
Is it as good?
It is. It's not as good because you're not drunk.
Can we come over there for taco rice?
I will make it for you.
Yes.
For no doubt,
Anyway,
I will
I'm
make
sorry.
it.
I apologize for interrupting.
No. But, yeah, so anyways, I make it, right? And I'm a hero because they're like, this is freaking awesome. I'm like, this is drunk food.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I don't ever remember eating it sober. Like, honest to God.
So it's probably horrible.
Well, I would eat it like the next morning.
It's like
when it's
nachos
cold. It's still when it's cold. Now it comes out in cake slices. You know, because
Yes, because it's all...
it sticks together,
the
and it
grease has
is
run through
just it's just as good, but a completely different like cold flavor. I can't describe.
So,
God, it's good.
I'm drinking with a buddy of mine one time there in Okinawa, and I don't know what... He tells me the story afterwards. He's like, the whole time you're fucking bitching about a culture that's thousands of years old, and they can't come up with a better way to eat rice than with a couple of fucking sticks.
I agree with that, and it's hard to. You're supposed to mash it like in the corner.
Yeah.
You're supposed to like ball it up with them.
Chopsticks, right? And then he goes, but you ate the whole thing with chopsticks and never... But you're bitching the whole time.
I agree.
If you eat it with a fork and knife, it's not as good.
It's because you woof it down.
That might be.
You don't taste
but also
Yeah,
the
you get too big a
taste of the
taste.
fork, you can almost like when you're...
the metal.
I don't know what it is.
Metal, plastic, it's it's kind of like one of those experiences. You have to do it with chopsticks. It's kind of like nangshim. Nangshim, the noodles, they're like Chinese noodles, but they're actually made in Long Beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they're freaking awesome. They're instant noodles, kind of like a instant noodle. You buy them at the grocery store.
Yeah, like ramen.
Yeah, they're a ramen. You eat those things with chopsticks, it's awesome. It's better than going to a restaurant.
I don't know about that.
I've only
pump
eaten it
the
with
brakes a
chopsticks.
little
Oh,
bit.
ramen noodles. I've never eaten.
Did you guys ever have the sake with the snake in it?
Yes.
The habu sake?
Everyone that was there told me the reason the snake was in there was because whatever the venom of the snake was
to make
helps it bypass your liver. So it basically gets in your bloodstream faster.
I'm going to go turn this other fan.
And I would agree. I did get a lot. I feel like I got a lot drunker. But I mean, we were always drunk, so who knows?
Yeah, and there's also
It's like the worm in the tequila.
Yeah, do I believe I'm drunker because they told me this works?
But even like the guys who would come out, like we had a sergeant that came out, Sergeant Blair, and he's like, I want to go party with you guys this weekend. And we're like, all right, cool, like keep up. And he's like, don't worry, no big deal. Like that Sunday, he's like, I've never drank, I've never seen anybody drink like you guys have. He's like, there's no way I could do this. And that was 5 days a week. I mean, we at least got drunk 4 days a week, I would say, at minimum.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys keep your body fat level down.
Because we were every morning at 5:30, we'd go for like a 6-mile run.
You're in your early 20s as well.
3
Yeah,
miles.
that's true.
Not 6 miles, 3 miles. But I mean, guys would fill up their camelbacks full of box wine and drink in our runs in the morning, like straight alcoholics. Like,
yeah,
I
that
drank a
place
lot. I
ruins
drank
you.
a lot from 18 to 22, but I didn't go
Okinawa was
running
just-
with box wine.
they would
No,
go
I
running with
never-
box wine.
Actually, I did go hiking one time, and we brought what do we call it? 3 Kings. It was like I don't know.
We'd
some
always have
nasty
people
drink we made.
falling out of runs and throwing up every morning. Someone was throwing up, or I mean, okay, so one morning on like a Tuesday
I mean,
night,
that happens. That still happens
one
here
morning.
in the States, too.
one night on like a Tuesday night,
Maybe.
or no, it was Thursday night. It was field day. It was field day night. We threw a party in my room, and someone ripped open a.
Spark it up.
Someone
man.
ripped open a pack of ramen noodles and threw them all over my room. And then we were using
that
my
was-
roommate's wrestling trophy for a baseball bat because we were trying to turn the lights off in the room with beer bottles. We're just stupid. We're dumb.
yes.
Hang
Were you there the night that they? Well, I'll let you finish your story.
on. And I remember I was trying to show someone the trick. Have you seen where someone fills a beer bottle up with water and then slaps the top and the bottom falls out of the beer bottle?
Yeah, it's a dick move.
No, you do it your own. You fill up your beer bottle with water, and it's like a drink. If you slap the top, it'll blow the bottom of the beer bottle like perfectly. It'll like rip the bottom off of it. You never seen that?
I've
I
seen
have.
people do it to other people who have beers.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never done it with like a beer. I just trying to see if you could.
I've
do
also
it.
seen people do that where you freeze their fucking
Yeah.
drink too.
Yeah.
So
it's-
here I am
yeah.
trying to do that, and I did it and let it go, and it shot through my sink, a baseball-sized hole in the sink at my barracks room.
Oh.
And this is field day night, and it's probably it's field day. It's probably Friday morning, probably 2 a.m. And I'm starting to think like, oh man, I'm looking at my room and it's destroyed. There's ramen noodles. There's holes in the wall from where we're throwing the beer balls to try to turn the light off. My sink has a hole in it. And I passed out. I'm like, nothing I can do. And I woke up to my company guns knocking on my door for field day inspection. And I sat up, and I remember I stepped off the bed.
That's
and I
when
heard
your heart drops, and you're like,
I heard the
I'm
ramen
dead
noodles
now.
crunch, and I was like, no way. Here, I'm knocking again, and my roommate's above me on the his mattress, and he looks over, and I'm like, and he just walked away. He never came in. And the door was unlocked. Imagine imagine right now, that door was not.
Really? I would have wiggled on the handle. I would have been like, as a sergeant, I would have been like,
Yeah, I'd have hit the
company
master
gunny.
key.
It was our company gunny.
Yeah.
That's weird. I'm surprised he didn't.
There he's knocking on the door, because unless he was walking by, you know, like getting everybody up for, I don't know, whatever it was, because we didn't stand in front of our doors. I don't even know
Is
why.
this every morning?
No. He doesn't, that's not like a morning check. Like, they don't.
When I first got to my unit, when I was, I got the 2nd Maintenance Battalion, they put me and my buddy Teddy in this room, and there was a 3rd guy in there, and he was like a senior lance corporal, and you could tell he was like the shitbag dude. And something had been going on. People hadn't been cleaning their rooms or something. Morning cleanup hadn't been getting done, so they're like, all right, you have to be in front of your room, or you have to have your room ready for inspection at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, God.
You have to be up and in camis and ready for inspection at, yeah, I'll take it, at 5:30 in the morning.
You can't let that go to waste.
Justin didn't want to take the joint.
And I remember that first morning. I don't think we knew this yet, or something. Or maybe we did. I don't remember. But someone knocked on the door. We're all laying in bed. We're all asleep. They knock on the door to wake us up and to like come in and look at the room. And the dude was like, "Don't fucking move." You know, he's like whispering. He's like, and I'm like, dude, what? I'm sitting here thinking like, this is my first day at this unit. Like, what the fuck, you know? And he's like, "Don't fuck." And they knocked again, and he's just like, "Don't fucking move. Don't say anything. They'll go away." And I'm like, no, they won't. Like, they're gonna be fucking pissed. And it's my first day. And I think Teddy jumped down. I don't think I did. One of us jumped down and opened the door, and he was super pissed. Ended up being a real cool guy, hooked me up. But yeah, man, we ended up having to do that for like a couple weeks because there was like one kid that wouldn't fucking clean his room.
There's
they're
always
like,
one.
Yeah, so they're like, hey, 5:30 camis in front of the room, lights on, morning cleanup's complete. We're going to inspect the rooms. PFC Kramer did not like that.
That's the number one thing, the difference. The number one thing from military and civilian world is if in the civilian world there's always one, it doesn't matter because it has nothing to do with you. But in the military, if there's always one, it's like, now you got to deal with it at all times.
Well, now everybody's fucking day is fucked.
Like, he forgot his shit. Well, too bad. But now you're in the military. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah, it's all part of the team thing. Like, hey, don't let the other guy down.
Especially.
So, when we were at ANGLICO, were you there when Doc had the girl in his room?
Yeah, Doc Rod?
No, the other Doc.
Don't throw any names out.
Yeah,
leave the names
so
out.
no names. So here's the deal, right? So me and the colonel walking
I got to
through.
go through and edit them out later anyway.
Yeah, we don't want to make too much work for you. So we're going through, right? And same thing, nobody answers the door. So I'm not fucking dumb. I master key that bitch.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, they're not just going to leave. They're going to open the door.
Yeah, so I master key it, I open it, and there's the
Wait,
room.
yes, I was there for that. Who was that?
No.
We'll talk later, right?
Don't say, because I'm
won't
friends
say
with
it,
him
but
on Facebook.
I'm trying to think of who it is.
And he's awesome. And Doc he's cool. So anyways, I go in, and the room is not too bad, but the rack is disheveled, and it's not clean. That's a nice word.
It was disheveled. It was the pillow was slightly crumpled.
Hey, you fuckers that can't communicate without using that goddamn profanity. You need to get a better.
I could sense there was tomfoolery in this room quite moments ago.
So anyway,
hey, you guys need to get more vocabulary. Goddamn hillbillies. Anyways, so, but there's a set of flip flops with fucking like butterflies and shit. I'm like, fucking dog, you fucking weirdo. Right? So, yeah, and
goddamn Corman.
What comes to your mind when you see, mostly female type attire in Doc's room? right?
Well, not that it's his.
Yeah, I think that.
Damn it!
Okay,
I'd
well,
probably get a girl in there is what I would think.
told me
Well,
to stop
maybe
wearing these
I'm
tube
just too
tops.
naive.
Back in your day.
So I'm pretty naive. So, anyways, so I go and I'm like, hey. So I yelled down to the trailers and I'm like, hey, Staff Sergeant, get the fuck up here and look at Doc's room. So Staff Sergeant comes up and he's standing outside and he's like, oh, fuck me. So he goes in, he looks in Doc's room, he comes out and he goes, okay, I'll take care of it. I'm like, nah, bitch, that's not how this shit works, man. You were supposed to look at this shit before me and this guy, the colonel, look at this shit. I'm not going to be embarrassed, and I'm not going to let him be embarrassed. So you just fucking stand right there. So I go into the room. But now, the shoes are gone. The flip-flops are gone.
You noticed?
Yeah. So I'm like,
Yeah, it is.
Where's the
fucking flip-flops?
Where's the female?
so
I can smell her.
I open the door to the head.
It's fucking Pantene.
Oh, it gets better.
He like licks the floor. There's a female in here. There's a female about.
I can smell the cycle.
outside.
So I open the door to the head, right? It's dark as fuck in that head, right? Because there's no light.
The head means bathroom.
Yeah, so I open the door, and so what do you do when you go into a room you can't see? You put one hand in front of yourself, so in case there's something there, you can defend yourself against the attack from whatever's beyond that door
Why would you
frame,
be
right?
getting attacked from the bathroom?
You pull your pistol, so I have my pistol going in the bathroom.
So yeah, I'm ready to throat strike, and I go in.
Did you face palmer?
Yes, I touch a fucking face in the dark. Scares the shit out of me.
Good thing you didn't have your pistol out.
I must have jumped about a foot. I'm like, holy fucking shit. So I reach in and I grab this thing by the hair.
What?
And I pull it out of the head, right?
What?
And it's a chick. And it's a female.
She's probably losing
Oh
her
my
mind.
god! Because
Yeah.
she's doing the whole thing like they're walking. She's like, "Shit, they're coming! They're coming!" You know, like
She's a Marine. She's like, or she's a civilian. She's like, these Marines will kill me.
Yeah.
They're gonna murder
they're
me.
gonna-
Oh, wait,
murder
it
me.
gets better. So Staff Sergeant had already seen her. And he had pushed her back into the back corner
Oh.
of the head. And he was going to take care of Doc, right? He was going to do what Staff Sergeant
Yeah,
does,
yeah.
right? But
Good
I'm
on
like,
him.
yeah, he's
Shout
doing
out
his
to
thing,
him,
right?
whoever
He's
that
doing
is.
his thing. I'm 100% behind him. I would have done exactly the same thing when I was Staff Sergeant, right? But I knew what he was going to do. So I grabbed this thing by the hair and pull it out, and it's a girl. And now I'm freaked the fuck out because now I got this lady by the hair.
yes. Now you're like, this could be an
Yeah,
incident.
now
So
you're
now I
assaulting
have to
someone.
either kill her and bury her in the desert, which means then I got to kill Staff Sergeant, then I got to kill the colonel. You know, it never
and
ends.
the whole unit goes away.
Yeah, and
There goes the Marine Corps.
how many fucking holes can you dig, right? You're like, come on. You have to kill everyone because no one can keep a secret because everybody's a big fucking mouth.
So what'd you do?
So I'm like, what the fuck, over? So I called Doc up. So Doc comes up and he's terrified. He's like, yeah. I'm like, just make it go away.
Wait. So what? I mean, what did you do at the process of the hair? Like where?
No,
what did
so
you...
I'm freaked out.
Did you rip hair out? Did you
No,
let
I
go
didn't read
immediately,
that.
or you're like, like scared?
Yeah.
You're like holding on.
No, I let go immediately. Because I'm like, holy fuck, I'm
Did
not.
you apologize immediately?
No,
Like, oh,
no,
shit.
it's not my fault that you're fucking this shit up.
Did she come out? Did the Colonel see, or are you in the bathroom?
It's not
did
my
he see
fucking
it?
I politely asked him out of respect, hey, can you wait out here while I deal with this? And he's like, yeah, I got it. Sergeant, you take care of it.
Sergeant Major comes out with a girl. And
I
holds
know
her
which
hair.
Colonel you're talking about. He's a good guy.
Look who I
Yeah.
found.
He's probably one of my favorites.
So, yeah,
Throw a
so
name out. I mean, if it's a positive thing, I'm okay with throwing names out if it's positive like that.
Well, I don't know about the story then.
well,
There's
no, Colonel Russell.
Colonel
Oh,
Russell.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
liked him. First
this
angle
guy,
come, air naval gunfire.
yes,
Ladies and company.
he is. There's a couple people.
he wrote
Colonel
a
Smith, Colonel
He was there
Russell.
for your retirement.
he
right?
wrote a
You retired?
recommendation.
Yeah,
on
and one of
LinkedIn
the
for me.
best. I wish I would have recorded that speech, man. I could not come up with the. I was like, I got to follow this guy.
Oh, that was good.
Who?
That was there was the
one?
white tents. We were right there where all the Humvees park in the motor pool.
You're talking about for your
For his
For the
retirement.
retirement, for my retirement.
Who did you have to follow?
I had to follow
Colonel
Colonel Russell.
Oh,
He gave
And
his
I'm
speech
like,
on him.
Can
well, I
you-
mean, it was your speech was a memorable one. I can't remember anything other than your.
Remember the pistols?
You pulled a pistol out of your.
Yes,
cargo
that's what it
pocket.
was.
Guns are awesome.
Dude, so I'm standing there. We're playing in Burmese Chase, and the Brits are there. We have some of these British officers there with us, and they're like, "Oh, what's going on?" We're like, "It's the retirement ceremony." And then you pull that pistol out. They're just like, "What the fuck?"
I forgot all
You're
about
like,
that.
"This is for my wife."
Wait, hang on, time out. Can we get back to the hair pulling? We're gonna
Okay,
forget.
so I'm scared
Oh,
as
did we get away
fuck
from that?
Because you get startled. You don't touch people's face in the dark.
That is a very scary thing to do. I agree.
So, and you're in Charlie's. And I don't want to get my shit dirty. I only use one Charlie shirt for like the last 10 years of my career.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I think I used 2 because I switched because I had the thin one.
Dirtbag.
Oh, yeah. You had the
They
cheapie.
gave me the thin one in boot camp. Like one good one and one
Oh,
thin
not
one.
the like starchy, like
Well,
heavy one.
Yeah, I got one of each. And
Yeah,
I'm
once
like,
you
what
go.
the fuck?
Yeah.
And
You're
so
in
I got the
Charlie's.
thick one.
So, shout out to Benford. He was my drill instructor, right? He was my heavy J. Sergeant Major Benford.
What's a heavy J for the listeners?
He was the enforcer / drill guy. So you got the senior. The senior is the daddy. The J is the big brother that teaches you shit and then punishes you when you're wrong. And then the third hat is the freaking Satan guy.
He's just psycho all the time.
Yeah, my favorite job.
Satan.
Yeah. Satan on steroids.
My third hat, my J or whatever, the junior guy, was actually a dude that was a senior drill instructor that was getting ready to go back to the fleet. And they're like, hey man, we're short. We need another drill instructor, for this team.
Here,
It's
drink
gonna
some of
be
that, man.
it's gonna be the
still working on
same.
this.
Okay.
Like my senior drill instructor was his senior drill instructor the first time. Okay, my senior drill instructor was coming back for a second tour, and so he was like, "Hey, you're going to get the same lineup." So it was the same 3 drill instructors again, but now he had progressed to being a senior, and I was going to jump back and be the J hat. Man,
Sounds
it's
terrible.
been super confusing. No, what
Only-
it was
we understand it.
he was a
Let me get in
trained.
this
He's a
box,
trained psycho. Like the new guys, and I wasn't a drill instructor, so you can verify this. But the new kill hats are just running around crazy,
Yeah.
all burning themselves up, like trying to kill the recruits all the time. But he already had 3 years of experience or whatever, so he knew how to kill you without getting tired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
He could do it without coming out of it like I'm fucking dying, like
Yeah, without having to take a break.
yeah, he was a psycho.
Wait, can we get back to the hair pulling?
Okay, so here it
Keep
is.
getting away from that.
Yes,
So-
I want to find out what happened.
So here it is, right? I got her by the hair, and I'm pulling her out, and she's an attractive young lady, tank top and shorts and flip flops
Now
with
she's got
fucking butterflies on them. so,
His eye sees it, the flip flops.
so I'm like,
That's where those came
holy
from.
fucking shit! So I let go and I jump back. So now I'm startled, right? But I can't let on. So I'm like, hey, get fucking Doc up here right now. So Staff Sergeant is now like, fuck me.
Oh, she's got to be pissing herself.
I'm busted, and she's a corporal.
Oh, so she was a Marine.
Yeah, she's a Marine.
Was she in Marine? Oh, she wasn't in Marine stuff, though.
No, she was in civilian attire.
Oh, man.
She was a Marine from another unit in the MLG. But
Was she in the logbook?
no, so none of this stuff gets
Well,
into the
fucking
logbook.
burn him.
Yeah,
Damn it.
I
So-
don't think anybody signed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is not the stuff you put in the logbook. You got to commit a felony to end up in there.
No. I mean, checked in. Overnight guest.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, you can't have. Can you have overnight guests in the
no, you can't
barracks?
have
Ever?
2,100. Well, I don't know what the rules are now, but at that time it was 2,100. They had to
Yeah.
get the
That's
hell
so
out.
stupid,
But I know what that barracks was a frat house.
bro.
We used to have plenty of fish parties there, where everybody would bring a plenty of fish date, and then you just put it because we'd have the parties in the second deck lounge, and it was just like a free for all. That's what they were intended for, and it was the best moments of my life, I think.
That's crazy.
Anyway, so
Dude,
now she's in trouble.
Why am I so naive?
There was one party there. There was so much smoke in the second deck lounge that I'm like, there's got to be a smoke machine in here. There has to be, because so many people were smoking and vaping in there. It was insane. I go to the corner in Merritt. The barracks manager is smoking a cigarette, hammered, and I'm like, if he doesn't care, then who the hell cares?
Fuck it.
It was
No.
insane.
I never went to the barracks. I didn't even know where some of my guys lived. Some of their rooms. Just because I was very hands off. I'm like, dude, that's your place to live? Like, don't be nasty. Flores, you're the senior sergeant,
Yeah.
dude. Let me know if
okay.
if I need to go to the barracks. You know what I'm
So-
saying? I let him, because I'm like, I hate being in people's shit.
But you had Flores too, so
you
Flores
gotta-
was a guy that could
Well,
get
my
things
team
done.
was
and
overall. My
not.
team was pretty good. I didn't really
Yeah.
have any problems with my team. Nothing
Well-
like that.
While you were a sergeant major, there was something real. Okay, do you remember who the S3 master sergeant was? I don't know if I
Yes.
should say his name. He's still in. Wait, no, I can say his name because he didn't do anything bad.
Who?
Top
Luna?
Miller or Top Luna.
Luna? Yeah.
Okay, so Top Luna is the S3 guy, and I'm on duty. And they had just moved the duty from. Remember how the duty used to be in the barracks? Or
Yeah.
it used to be they switched it and then switched it back.
Yeah, there should be two. Yeah.
So then there was a duty in the barracks, and I was the OD for whatever reason it was. ANGLICO would always do that. I'm a sergeant and I'm an OD. I'm like, okay. And it was a Saturday night. And I'm in silkies and a sweatshirt and a hoodie, and I'm just watching a movie. And Lacey's there, and I have Benjamin there, my little tiny wiener dog that we had just gotten. And so I'm already like all screwed up. I'm like, I'm wearing, because nobody would wear in the night. Everybody would just throw on like sweatpants or whatever, and they'd fall asleep, or like they'd have their guy come, they'd sleep. And I see like a thing run past me, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, is there a party going on outside right now? So I go outside, and I'm like, I wonder. It looked like somebody was running towards the CP. But I already locked the CP. You know how the windows were the old windows? You lock it, and then you put the locking bar down. Well, in old Sammy Moon's room, you know how he has 1,000 shit up on that thing?
He collects more stuff.
So I couldn't reach over there to lock it without like trampling his
knocking over
shit.
G.I. Joe.
So I'm like, fuck, I'll just leave it. And I'm like, let me go check that CP. So I start to check the CP. Sorry, correction. It looked like the guy was running away from the CP. So I'm like, that's why I went to CP. And I'm like, well, I already locked everything. And I'm like looking around, and I go into the S3 office. Dude, I fucked this whole... Okay, I didn't... All right, okay, stop, time out. I saw a guy run. I went after the guy. This is after... I'm high. Again, I'm high. So I go over there, and there's a huge group of recon guys right in front of where the trailers are. They're all hammered. They're all in the middle of the road, and then up on that yellow curb, and they're out there. And again, I have my dog, little Benji, because Lacey had like just swung by to give me food.
One of your wiener dogs.
Yeah, so Lacey had come by to give me food. So this all happened while she happened to be there. And so I had Benji, and there's probably 15 recon guys out there, and they're all hammered. And I see they're carrying shit. And I'm looking at their shit, and I'm like, that's all at Top Miller's shit. Or Top Luna's shit. Because remember he had that cannon, the old cannon?
Dude, he had all that stuff.
They're holding it. And I'm like, no. I'm like, you guys stop right now. Like, don't go anywhere. Because they had his grandfather's medals.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
And I'm like, don't. I'm like, you don't understand. Like, it's funny you're stealing shit, but like, don't steal that. Because I'm going to have to log it if you do. I'm like, because I'm talking to like the senior guy. You can tell he's like, these are my guys. And I'm like, listen, I'm going to be a bro here. No one's going to get in trouble. Let's just get all this shit back in there. And you guys are going to go back in there. You're going to put all these things back exactly where you remember where they're at. And I'm like, I'm serious. And this guy starts to understand. I'm
serious. Well, with a wiener dog in your arm?
And here's the thing. I gave the wiener dog to one of the recon guys. One of the recon guys was like, oh, at least your dog. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, hold on real quick. Boom. He walks away. So at this moment, I realize my dog's not here, but I can't let this guy go.
He left with your dog?
Not left far, but he's hammered. He's drunk as shit. Him and all his buddies are playing with Benji. They're running around and shit, and they're getting further and further away.
And you're over here like, I'm serious.
And
they're all like, no, dude, whatever,
but at the same time, I'm like, I can't let my dog go, but I can't let this guy go. Because that's going to... this is a huge situation that's going to be like... Because now they're going to find out someone broke into the CP, so they're going to quadruple the duty.
Yep.
Now I'm going to have duty once a week, guaranteed. Who knows if I'm going to get NJP.
Have to wear something other than sweats to represent the company.
And in all this, I am in a pair of silkies and my green top. And my dog's gone.
Not the duty uniform of the
and
day?
Lacey's still standing on the show. I have like 4 things going on where I'm like, this is really not good. And so finally the guy's like, all right, let me go get the guys real quick. So he goes, gets the guys. The guy brings back the dog. Lacey takes the dog, and now she's mad because the dog's gone. And like, I'm trying to deal with her being mad, my career being screwed, somebody stealing some shit, like all at the exact same time. So then I'm like, all right. So we walk into the CP, and I'm like, all right, well, tell me where you guys went. Like, what room were you in?
Excuse me.
And I know what room they're in, but I want to see where they tell me that they were. And they're like, we came in through that window because that's the only window you left unlocked. And you could see outside on the windows, all the rocks and shit by the windows were all kind of kicked up.
I know one of your responsibilities is to ensure the windows are all secure.
I looked at that window and I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. It's got to be locked because why wouldn't it be? It doesn't look like it's been touched in a million. And I'm like, and I'm not crawling over all that shit because I'm going to break something. Top Miller's going to fucking kill. I keep calling him Top Miller. Top Luna's going to kill me, and that's why I didn't. So, but I see on the ground there's a car key on the ground, fob, and I'm like, fuck yeah. So I grab that fob because it's one of those dumbasses keys. So if anything does happen, I got this fucker's car. I know which car it is.
Just walk around and click.
Right after that, that's what I did. I walked around the parking lot and found his car, and I'm like, all right, now I know that now I know this is your car. I'm going to find out who you are, and then we're set.
And burn it to the ground.
And they put everything back, and they're in there for 30 minutes. A room full of drunk ass recon dudes trying to figure out how that office looked in the dark, like where all this shit went.
Why didn't you turn the lights on?
Because they were stealing shit. They didn't want to like get caught, right? They're like, well, no, they didn't do it. They didn't replay it in the dark. I'm saying we turned the lights on, and they're trying to set it up, remembering how it looked in the dark.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, when the last time I was in here, I'm trying to think. I didn't really, I don't take a mental picture of it.
Bro, you should have called me.
What happened?
So I'm like, I'm pretty sure that tank is right there, like, and no one ever found out. That Monday, Top didn't say anything. Like, Nothing happened. Everything was put back, like, to my knowledge, exactly where it was. Even, like, the dust that was there, I was, like, sweeping back on it. Because I don't know why he has all that shit there. I don't know if that's, like, a shrine of his, but that's something that he doesn't want missing.
He's gotten a coin from everybody.
Yeah, so that was a very
Dudes
intense
are getting
weekend.
out of boot camp, checking in. He's like, "You got a coin?" They're like, "What?" I'm not sure.
Here's a quarter.
Hey,
Dude, I don't
private,
think
give
I've
me a
ever
fucking
seen
coin.
so much stuff that
You know,
he's gathered up.
That's somebody you need to get
He's
on the
super
podcast.
moto.
I like him.
I've been trying to keep people that only people that are out.
Okay, so we'll wait till he retires and get him on.
Yeah, that way people, you can talk about stuff. There's some stuff it's like you don't want to be.
Yeah, you don't want to put him on the spot.
I mean, it's not like I'm super famous and this is going to get heard by
You never know.
Maybe.
comment on Headquarters Marine Corps.
Maybe.
You never know, man. That's why I tell you, no, don't videotape,
Dude,
don't take pictures, kill
one
all the
time-
witnesses.
One
put 'em in that
time, I
carpet,
took a
roll 'em up.
picture. I was going to the armory in Del Mar, or I was going somewhere. I was going down to the Mew, and in the parking lot was an orange pickup truck, and it had a Mexican flag on the back of it, and then it had the American flag on the seat. So the driver was sitting on the flag and had that Mexican flag
Oh, what a
flying.
communist.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And I took a picture of it because I was doing something. That's what it was. I was doing something at the armory and I was leaving. And I'm like, no way. Took a picture of it. I put it on Mendleton. And I go, Trump supporter or not? And I just posted it. And people just started like commenting and like all this stuff happened.
When was this?
This
Like
was
recently
like,
or like
no,
years?
this was like before.
Like when it was a little
This was
smaller?
like when we were doing the workup for RMU.
Oh, okay.
And like 2 weeks later, I think Captain Burton or somebody, I think it was Captain Burton, called me. It was like, hey man, you need to take this post down. Some first sergeant that was over at MHG, the MEF headquarters group, the Marine Expeditionary Force headquarters group, saw the post and it got reported up. Like, they're like, you need to take it down.
way.
Like, I'm like, oh, it was, they're like, you didn't do anything wrong. Like, you just put the picture up and said whatever. But the comments were becoming like, I guess, because I hadn't even looked at it. And the thing was,
Just rednecks yelling at
well, the
Mexicans
thing was,
and-
is all the comments had happened within like 2 days. And once you don't comment, it goes way
Yeah.
down. This had been way down the list. This dude had to sit there and scroll. That means this guy is like scrolling through, finding all the posts to burn people. But yeah, they called the command at the Mew, and luckily I want to say it was Captain Burton, got it and was like, dude, just take it down. Like,
You're lucky.
it's so stupid though. It
was stupid for the guy to put the flag on the seat. But
Yeah, that
anyways,
was
we can
fucked
get
up.
into that later.
That was fucked up.
Do you remember?
So they put all top stuff back.
Oh yeah, and
Oh shit!
I mean,
thought we
like I said,
finished
like
that.
not like nothing happened with it. But then that was 2 weeks later, I think, or not 2 weeks later. That was actually a lot. Do you remember when Carrillo fell asleep on duty? He's out now.
No,
Or
I
he's in
wasn't
still. We
there.
got in trouble for it. And he put him on for 1 month straight. He had duty every Friday and Sunday.
Yeah, those are great days.
Remember when
You know how
Rob-
terrible that would be to have duty Friday
I
and
remember
Sunday?
when I had a new guy that fucked up. I almost said his name, but I had a new guy that fucked up, and you put him on. He did something wrong. He put in the logbook. What did he put? Like the time, I was like, got up and walked around to get my heart a pumping. What's the logbook entry?
What a pendejo.
If you didn't write enough stuff for him in the
So
duty
he was
book,
on
he'd make
duty
you do
for
it
like
again.
3 days because you kept like, nope, that's not right. Fix
Yeah,
this.
that's
do
what he
this.
would do.
Yeah, that's
If
what
you
it
didn't write
was.
enough in the duty book,
But
he'd put you on
dude,
again.
he deserved it, man. This kid, we took him to the range. These guys showed up, and
Oh, I
we
know
already
you're
had all
talking
these.
about.
We had all these ranges already planned, like ammo stacked up, like, and they were gonna stick these new dudes in the S3, and I was like, because you guys were all going to Canada. You guys were all in Canada,
Worst experience of my life.
and I was like, fuck that, I'll take them, and we'll go take them out on the ranges, and I'll figure out which ones I want because I know I'm losing dudes. So I might as well start scanning
working
the pack.
the system. That's how
Dude,
you do
hey,
it, bro.
Make your own
That's how you do it.
destiny, you know.
Build your own freaking.
So we gave this kid a rifle with a 203 on it, and he was out there on the range shooting, and we're sitting there in between rounds or whatever. And then I guess it was his turn to come up because it was a moving range. It was that really nice one over there by down out there in Polgus. There's like a really nice range that they have made for the Santa Onofre security guards, but the Marines all use it, and it's like super nice. Anyway, so It was a moving range. Captain Watt asked him like, "Hey, blah blah blah, you ready to go again?" And he was like, "Sir, my wrist is a little sore, but I think I got one more round. I got one more round in me."
Yeah, that's what he said.
And Captain Watt comes over and was like, "Staff Sergeant, you guys fucking take care of this." And I'm like, "No way he said that."
I think I got one more.
I got one more in me.
You're a girly man. Your wrist is sore.
When the company came back, I was like, he needs, and because Top Luna was like, "Let me know which ones you want. You trained them." Like, and I'm like, I want him to go to the S3.
Yeah.
I want this dude and this dude. And I don't think I got either one of the dudes I wanted. Maybe I got one of them. I might have gotten only one of them. And I got that kid. He sent him to my team because he said he didn't want him in the 3-shot. He's like, I couldn't deal with him. I'm like, you put him on a fucking team? Oh, man.
Do you remember who Celaya was?
Yeah.
Do you remember him getting in trouble down in Coronado? It was like a pretty big deal, and we were like,
"Oh yeah."
You got mad at me, and the only one he was mad at was me, and I had to do extra stuff.
You guys at JFO, or were you?
I had just graduated JFO, and so I'm like, "Oh, we can slide." Like I was already back in ANGLICO right away, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to stay at the barracks tonight because the kids are still in the barracks that we're on the school with. They were still in the barracks until they didn't leave till that Monday. So I'm like, I'll just go back to my own rack and sleep there tonight." And Celaya comes down, and Celaya blacks out because that was the night. So sorry, the first night we did stay there. The second night, I'm like, well, I'm just going to stay there again because Celaya had stayed with me the first night.
You're going to stay at the squad.
He was in the Marines too. It's a giant squad bay. There's
Coronado.
like a million. There's 50 empty beds there. So I just slept in the back one, and my old one I slept in, and Celaya slept in the other one because he's in the Marine Corps too. So I'm like, no one's even going to know. It's not even a big deal. It really wasn't. But the second night, Celaya blacks out and thinks he finds the right barracks, but it's not. It's the headquarters building.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Like where the admiral works at.
Yeah, he's in the admiral's building. He puts his
cat card,
which is the Navy equivalent of a general.
It's basically if you're a civilian and you broke into like
the CEO's office.
Like a CEO's office, or like
one of the C shed.
No, it's more than that because it's like this is more of like it's like whatever. It's bad. It's really bad.
It's really bad.
And he puts his computer, or he puts his cat card in the computer because he lost his phone. His phone is wedged in the admiral's office's couch. Puts his cat card in, realizes he can't log in, takes it out, and now it says logged by PFC Celaya.
Yeah.
Or locked out by PFC Celaya.
That. Yeah.
He opens his fridge, now he's hungry. He's eating this dude's food. He peed in his garbage can. Yeah, and now he's pissed. He can't find his phone. He can't find it. He throws all the stuff off the desk. I'm pissed. Doesn't know where he's at because he's literally blacked out. And, they called ANGLICO on Monday, and we're like, "Hey, is there a PFC Celaya there?" And he's like, "Oh crap," because the whole weekend he's like, "Dude, he's freaking out because his building he should not have been in."
Did he wake up there?
No, I don't know where he woke up at.
So
he
his
didn't sleep
girlfriend
there.
was in that building or worked in that building or whatever.
Was that it?
Oh, that's how he got access. to it?
No, he didn't get. He got access.
And nobody
knows
knows
the
how,
backstory
right?
to that.
That's why it was this low key because they were like, "Hey, he shouldn't have been in here. We don't know how he got in, so it's our bad and your bad. So we're going to kind of push this under the rug."
Oh, really?
So
because it's bad on both sides. So they call him and they're like,
"Well, that's good."
They're like, "Hey, we got your phone here, and you locked their. Just come pick it up. No big deal." They made it sound like So he gets there.
They're like, "Hey, you won free ticket to the Super Bowl."
So he gets there. He gets there, and
in
he's
jail.
like, "They're like, hey, by the way, when you're here, like, did you get hungry at all?" And he's like, "Oh, I might have." And they're like, "Did you? So you're probably thirsty then too, right? You drink because he drank this shit in the fridge."
And
so
he
they
left
kind of
the shit
talked
on
him
the
on,
floor.
give him a shit, and it was basically like a slap on the wrist, like, "Hey, you shouldn't have done this." Admiral was like, "I'm just glad you didn't drive home. You got to ride home. Like, that's what we're happy about." Because that makes sense.
That's so cool.
And he's like,
but
you have to tell your sergeant major, or he had already told you, right? Whatever happened, that was like the key. And I'm like, hey, that's not bad, dude. Sergeant major sits us down, obviously cracks cigarettes on the bench in the back. So what happened? And he starts telling the story of when he did something crazy like that. And he's like, hey, we all do crazy stuff. But he's like, Farrell, you should have found him. And I'm the guy in trouble now. Everything's off Celaya. No shit. He's like, you should have found him. You should have told the duty.
Well, you're the battle buddy.
But I'm down in Gaslamp. We're all, just me and Celaya went out partying, and he disappeared. I thought he went with some girl or something.
Downtown San Diego.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't care where he went. Sergeant Major's like, you should have got online and found him. And I was in trouble for Celaya.
Sly's like, just don't do it again, man. That was probably traumatizing.
So what was the backstory?
So the backstory is they're going to, they were going to push this forward because that's a not top secret, but secret facility, building. Right? It's a high speed, like, hey, you only get in there if you're supposed to get in there, right?
And I mean, the secret places are locked up.
Yeah,
with,
all the
vault
doors have locks on.
The they have those vault doors.
All the doors have the key locks on
The
them.
offices aren't like that though.
But to get in the building, it is.
Right. So that's
So they don't know how you got in.
a secured facility. We'll call it that, secured
Yeah.
facility. So they're pressuring us, right, to cough up Celaya, to burn him at the stake, right, to cough him up to them. Well, I'm not giving you this guy.
That's a high visibility command.
That's
Yeah.
insane. I never knew any of this.
So they're pressuring us to cough him up to burn him at the stake. I'm like, hey, bitch, that's my motherfucker. So if he's getting burned at the stake, I'm barbecuing his ass, and I'm gonna get to eat the meat. Anyways,
That's such a Sergeant Major thing to say.
so
Looking out for his dude though.
Yeah. Oh, for
So
no,
we
that's
come
sick
to the
as fuck. You
point
did
of-
that.
well, he was in the secured facility and he logged into the computer and blah blah blah.
But
I'm
no,
like,
he couldn't.
well-
He didn't log in actually.
And I'm like, wait a
Failed
minute,
attempt.
how did he get into your building? And then there's silence on the other end of the phone.
See, that's
right?
unheard of. A Sergeant Major to stick up and think of it that way. That's why.
If
Not
you
us
got
and
in-
anybody's D, but that's cool as shit. If you think of any other Sergeant Major, it's just gonna be like, burn him, fuck him. How could we screw him out? How could we murder that kid?
him.
Anyway,
well,
go on.
Yeah, we did want to eat lunch, but anyways, but I'm like, hey, if he got into your building,
How secure is it?
then what did you do or not do that you were supposed to do that allowed him access there?
Who's
Did
your
someone
security
not?
manager?
Yeah, did someone not pull the door closed? Did someone not do what they were supposed to do? And so it kind of ended there because, like, hey, look,
That's a bigger deal.
I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm not killing this kid.
They always have a duty at the front of those buildings. I wonder where the duty.
No,
dude
this
was.
is the Navy.
Yeah.
You know, lock the building. Everybody's cool.
Well, I mean-
Go home. It's got a lock.
Well-
It's got an alarm.
Yeah.
Well, if,
Actually, I went to that building to check in for school or something like that. For one of the schools, and I didn't know who to check in with, and I remember walking into one like that, and walking around. Like,
There's
where's
like
anyone
4 giant
at? I'm
flags
like,
at it.
Yeah, I'm like, where's all the duties at? I'm inside an office. Like, I was probably in that same office building because it was that one where like
Yeah.
all the Sims.
And if he can get in there, drunk Blackout Sly is not a smart man. Like if he can get in there, anybody could have gotten in there.
so yeah, who didn't do what they're supposed to do? Who didn't pull the door shut? Because everybody checks the box, right? They've put in the logbook. I checked
Yeah.
all the doors and
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
so
let's say-
obviously somebody didn't
let's
do
say
that.
15% of those are actually
Yeah.
people really
Well, we
checked.
know that.
Yeah.
We know the truth. But somebody didn't do that, right? Because he obviously walked up to the building thinking it was a squad bay, opened the door, went inside. So the
Yeah.
door had to be open, which means somebody didn't do what they were
Secure the
supposed to
door,
do prior.
yeah.
So what happened
So-
with the end of it then?
They left us alone.
But that's the like that.
There's a couple phone calls. You know, it's back and forth. Like,
Did Colonel Russell know this?
Yeah, oh yeah, Colonel Russell was awesome because when it came to that stuff, I'm like, hey, give me a little room, let me see what I can do. If it becomes something that's going to embarrass you or embarrass the unit, or if it's a felony, something like that, then
If it's like legitimately a bad
Yeah.
thing.
yeah, like I always tell CEOs, hey, I'm on your side as long as you don't do something immoral, illegal. I'm on your side. But if you do something immoral or illegal, I'm not going to tell everybody
What
else
if it's just
this.
a little illegal?
Illegal as in
Immorally illegal or
Yeah.
morally illegal?
a lot of
that's
things.
where I
Tad-
look at it.
just a
I'm
little
like,
illegal, just a little gray area.
Like, did he have
illegal.
2 beers and drive home? Yes. Is that illegal? But was he totally fine to drive?
You know what's
Yes.
fucked up is
A
that
lot
we
of things
always
are
do
illegal,
these
but they're not
staff
wrong.
and CO and officer functions on base, and you go drink, and then you drive home.
Yes.
And it's like, dude, we just told
We had a beer
everyone
pong
not-
tournament at ANGLICO,
I remember that.
and you got a DUI. Anyway,
I remember said
what happened with Sly? I'm so interested in this. I
That was
didn't
a
know
good
any of this.
Command sponsored.
Yes, it was
Command
the first
sponsored
one
beer
and the
pong
last
tournament.
one.
No, you just
Thank
pick a
you.
victim. You pick a victim. Like, hey, who's the senior most person that can learn from this? Farrell. So you're like, hey,
God damn it!
Celaya,
Real piece of shit.
obviously he's drunk and he does something stupid, and that's okay. We all do that. But
I think
who
that's
can
exactly
learn
what he
from it?
said.
Celaya's not going to learn from it. He's never going to go into a secured facility
Yeah.
again, right?
That
His learning has occurred.
Yeah, but someone else can learn from it. Like, hey, but that's a grunt thing, like, hey, we're all in this together. If that bitch don't have ammo, you don't have ammo. Well, I have my ammo. Yeah, but he can't cover his sector. So you might be able to shoot all the bad guys in your sector, but you're still going to get bayoneted in the back from the guys from his sector. So give him some of your ammo.
give it to me. Yeah, I can't remember what I had to do, but it was something real dumb. It was never paperwork. It was just
Hopefully
Just
it wasn't
physical stuff.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't to
Oh,
cut
really?
those 2x4s. So one time, I forget who it was. I had him cutting 2x4s. Right, I had a chainsaw that what's his name that built the bar?
Merritt.
So Merritt got this badass freaking bandsaw to build the bar, and I'm like, yeah, I need to borrow that. And I had somebody who got in trouble. I can't remember what he did. He did something really stupid that was like NJP quality. And I'm like, nope. So I went. They were doing renovations on the barracks, and I talked to the construction guys, and I'm like, hey, so what's up with all this wood? And they're like, dude, take all you want, because we pay by the dumpster. So I grabbed a buttload of it, Rodriguez, baby rod. Hey, get me like, a bunch of that wood, a pile at least 6 feet high. And so I'm having old boy cut it up in 6-inch squares. And so Top Luna's like, hey, why 6-inch squares? Because that's what fits in my freaking fire pit at the house.
God.
But hey, it works
Personal
out because
service.
Yes.
he doesn't get NJP.
I thought you were going to say he's over
That
there
does
making
work
Target
out.
stands or something.
No. He doesn't get NJP, right? His career is not ruined. He gets the honorable discharge and gets to go home and be successful. The construction guys win because they pay by the roll-off dumpster, so they don't have to pay, extra dumpsters worth of wood, and we get a great fire pit opportunity at the house.
Is that what it is?
It's win-win for everybody.
Oh, for sure.
Fuck it. I'm not mad about it.
I was just thinking about the craziest thing about the beginning of this conversation. All started with Bahrain.
Bahrain.
I just remember the craziest thing about the entire Bahrain experience. Let me just for 1 second. I got NJP'd for that, right? For being out past curfew. Myself and Wilson did.
Uh-huh.
Ski. Remember Ski? Ski's not in anymore. I'm diming this kid out so hard right now. Ski was in basically another continent banging a chief warrant officer that night. Never told us that he left. Never nothing. It took us a whole next morning to think.
I remember hearing this story.
I'm like,
afterwards.
well, Ski's not on ship with me. And they're like, dude, Ski did not sleep here last night. Come to find out, that motherfucker, as he's looking at me, because everybody's like, man, that sucks we had to do that. And Ski's looking at me too, and I'm like, but you weren't even in the same zip code as I was.
Boy, he's looking at you.
You
all
was
disappointed.
smashing a chief
could
warrant
you?
officer in
How
the army.
could you?
Yeah, totally forgot about all that. You remember
That's
Ski,
awesome,
right?
though.
Oh, super cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
good on him. And
He's a single dude.
yeah, he got away with it. Man,
Hey, good on him.
Ski was a good
So,
guy.
did you ever go to the Mexican restaurant there in Bahrain?
No, we were only there for 2 days total, and we were just drunk.
I went to
Oh.
the. I went out to the. Best thing I did there was the go-kart track.
I was supposed to go with you guys that day.
Like a professional track.
I
Like
was
it
just
looked
telling
like
people about that.
It was outdoors with awesome lighting, and it was nighttime. We were racing, and it literally looked like a smaller F1 track, and it was in the Motor Parkway.
Yeah.
So it was where Bahrain's actual F1 track. It was in the part of that. It was right next to that, and next to that was the drag strip. So it was this big Motor Parkway. And when we went, Jerry and I got tickets, and we went over and watched drag racing for a while. It was like a Middle Eastern like championships. There was like 5-second cars out there.
That's my dream, is to
Dude,
drive
it was,
a Formula One car.
There was an American team there. There was an American team. No. I'm talking about drag racing.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm saying like
Yeah,
that
this
whole
is-
experience. I was supposed to go with you guys.
So and then the guys that were meeting us
Look at
called
the
us,
trouble.
and they're on their way or whatever. So then we walked over, raced a couple rounds on the go karts, and then they all left, and we went back and watched some more drag racing. Walk up, and the dude's cutting the
Yeah.
meat off the fucking spit right there. The
Meanwhile,
raw
I'm
meat,
getting I'm
like
throwing up.
so good.
Wait, was it worth it? Do you think the go karts were as cool as you thought they were?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
How fast did they go?
Pretty quick, man. We got the fast ones too, because there was a MWR event there too, and they all got the slow ones, and we're like flying by, like, nerds. The Hippie was out there. Hippie was my assistant air officer at the MEU.
Captain Hipple?
No. You didn't know him. He was an F-18 driver.
Wait,
Okay.
Top Gun, and before he joined the military, he was a race car driver.
how fast did the go karts go?
Oh, I don't know. They weren't like 100 miles an hour.
50,
They weren't
50.
shifter carts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they weren't shifter carts. They were still like recreational carts, but they weren't. They were pretty quick, and there was no seat belts. Like you sat in it, and like if you went off the track, it had the sand. Dude, it had the curves with the red and white bumpers.
Oh, really?
And it had the sand runoff. And it was like, it was a legitimate track. And Hippie was out there fucking just killing it because I think he raced for the Porsche team or something like that.
That's
like a legitimate
nuts.
race car driver.
They always are like that.
And he's out there just killing it, and some like local or some Middle Eastern dude cuts across like Mario Kart style, cuts a turn, and like goes across the dirt. And like he ends up winning on the scoreboard. Because you're all on a big... It's like when you... Have you ever gone to K1 Speed?
Yeah.
The indoor go-kart racing? So they put you all up on the scoreboard. Who
Those
won?
things are quick.
That guy got put on the thing, and Hippie was like, he fucking cut. This is bull... He was pissed. He's like, oh, sorry. Hit the table. And he was like, this is bullshit, blah, 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 blah.
That's nuts.
Dude, it was a badass go-kart track. So if you ever go to Bahrain, if you're listening to this, you're on ship, or you're getting sent over there, definitely do the go-kart track, because it is fucking sick.
It's definitely worth it. I gotta tell my son about that. He's going to Kuwait, and then of course he's gonna bounce around a couple other places. He'll end up in Bahrain.
Is he in the Marine Corps or the Army?
He's in the Army. My
I was
youngest
gonna say-
boy's in the Army. My oldest boy is in the Marine Corps.
Do you know anybody that works with your oldest boy that you worked with?
Oh yeah,
That's got to be nuts.
What does he do? What does he do?
That's like Top Luna.
he's out now.
Oh.
Yeah, he's out now.
Oh, I thought he was still in.
You know,
What did he do while he was in?
he was an infantryman.
Yeah.
So
Not a dragon gunner?
no. So funny story. I get a call. I'm down at Balboa with my wife at a medical appointment, and I get a call from a guy that was a lance corporal when I was a staff sergeant. I was a platoon sergeant. He was in my platoon, and he's like, "Hey, this is so and so." I'm like, "Hey, what's up, bro? You know, yada yada." He's a sergeant now or something. He's on recruiting duty. He's like, "Your son's in my office," and I'm like, "All right, cool. Just make sure he doesn't get boned. You know, if there's something available, make sure he gets it. Don't save it for someone else. He's a guaranteed contract. You know." But
Wait, so are you saying if... What do you... I'm confused.
So-
what you're saying.
Because if they think they look at a kid and they're like, this kid might not ship, they'll be like, open contract. Come in, they're not going to give away a seat.
Okay, dude, I'm thinking he's already in. So you're saying this is before
Yeah,
he
no,
even
he's in the
joins.
recruiter's office.
Got it.
Yeah.
I thought he was...
He's up
He's
in
down there
Orange.
talking to the recruiter. The recruiter gave
I thought
him
he
a
was
courtesy
already
call.
in. I thought you
Yeah,
meant like...
so the recruiter was
which
one
was
of my
cool.
lance corporals. He's now a sergeant or staff sergeant. He
Got
calls
it.
me, and he's like, "Hey, your son's in my office." And the thing is, like, okay, if a guy's not going to ship, they'll offer more stuff. If a guy's on the fence, they'll be like, "Hey, we also have this or that."
Damn, I should have been so like, well,
it's sales.
I was on my third go around, so I shouldn't have. I couldn't be
What
too
else could
picky.
you offer him? I mean, money or...
Money.
Did you have the opening
Some
golf?
of them get
No,
sign-on
my oldest
bonuses.
boy didn't want a fucking thing.
I knew
He's
guys
like,
that
"I
got
want to be a rifleman.
$10,000.
I want to go to the infantry, and I want to ship today."
That's how I was.
But I mean, what did he... What could...
I got
As
motor
a
T.
recruiter, what like pull do
I
you
ship
have?
later.
So yeah, you can offer different things like bonuses, MOSs.
And you only have certain ones you can give out. You already know what MOS
right. You have
out.
you have a bag. You have a toolbox full of
Tools.
giveaways. It's kind of
Got
like being
it.
a salesman. Hey,
And
you know.
as the month goes on, you run out of them because other recruiters also have those same tools.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
It's a pool for the whole station.
So I'm like, hey, give him everything, but
So each
Yeah.
guy gets a certain amount, or is it like, hey, however many
Like, hey,
are
we
there?
got one infantry contract this month.
Yeah.
So once somebody signs it, that's it.
yeah. So
So
now
the
you
dude
got,
comes in like, I'll leave today if I get infantry, but if I don't get that, I'm walking.
So what about other? I mean, like money wise, can they? How many?
I knew guys that got like 10 G's to
Right,
sign
but
up.
how do they have? Hey, we have $30,000 to give away this month, or is there something like that?
I'm sure there
Like
is.
10, we have
It's-
three $10,000 bonuses we can give out.
it's in increments. So yeah, it's small and it's different. The Marine Corps doesn't do what the Army does. The Army has a lot more.
Army throws money at everybody,
Yeah, the Marine Corps is like,
especially
look,
right now.
look,
God
bitch, you want to
damn
be
it,
one of
Farrell.
us?
I didn't even touch it.
You know what? You
Yep.
know what I'm going to do? Let's put it on this
No, it's
side.
gonna work. It's totally fine.
No, put it on this side so that the stress isn't pulling it that way. It's pulling it across.
Deal. You're stressing me.
All right, if it falls again, if your microphone falls again,
Throw it out the window.
we're going to put it
Okay,
on
I'm
the
gonna
other
have
side.
to make a head call here because
Yeah, I have to pee
All right,
as well.
let's pause and pee.
we have to do the whole banana thing. There's a whole history behind bananas. They weren't edible.
Think the banana show?
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Hold on. Get in front of your fucking microphone. before
Yeah.
we talk about that.
show.
You never went, huh? Did you ever go?
She died apparently, like probably 3 months after
I went, but it was not.
Did her
as-
daughter take over?
whoever was there doing it literally died.
No, I was literally told that her daughter or granddaughter.
No shit, died when I was there. So we didn't. I like probably maybe 6 months after I got there, and I never went. I'm so butthurt.
Did you go to it?
I went, but it's not as
Outrageous.
It's not as entertaining as you might expect. There's more.
I don't think I
entertaining
find
things.
it entertaining at all.
How could you
Get
say
closer
that?
to this microphone?
There are things that are entertaining, like when they can make change.
That would be totally.
All right, so there's people that don't know what the banana show is. So what is the banana show? Michael's got a banana in his mouth.
He's eating a banana.
People are gonna hear it.
If you eat the banana, you're actually a hero in that show.
Well, the banana show is where a woman would shove a banana in her vagina, and it would come out sliced up, or she'd put water in there and shoot out Coca-Cola, or shove a banana and all sorts
Shoot
of
out
shit.
Coca-Cola.
One of my buddies said that she showed a water bottle, poured it in her vagina, came out, and it looked like Coca-Cola, and someone drank it.
Oh,
That was like a huge thing out there. Everybody would talk about that.
Yeah,
Unless that was a
my
lie.
God.
Again, I never went, but since she could put a whole banana in and dice it up, like that's
and make change.
maybe she like had
Wasn't
a separate.
Wasn't it like an old Japanese
Yeah,
woman?
and maybe she put like a cup in there that was full of Coca-Cola.
She's been doing that same show since the Korean War.
Yeah,
Good
but
lady.
she's
Probably Vietnam.
it's profitable as long as you invest properly. That's not a bad.
What's fucked up is that people actually pay to go see that.
I would totally pay to go see that.
But you didn't. You were there for 3 years. You didn't.
I was there for 2 years, and apparently, whatever what there was no more show. The word on the streets was that she was dead. I totally, and that time I was.
Sounds like an excuse to me.
Yeah, I totally would have. So I can't believe I didn't. If I could pay for it right now, I'd totally go see it. I'd go watch it. Why not?
I mean, if I was going to be there for 3 years,
2 years. I don't know why I keep saying 3.
I don't know why. Why do I thought 2 was unaccompanied, or 1's unaccompanied.
2 is unaccompanied. 3 is accompanied.
Yeah,
or
at
3
first
plus.
it was one unaccompanied, but then things changed because it's expensive to move people there,
Fuck
right?
yeah, it is.
So it became 2 unaccompanied and 3 accompanied or more.
2 years without your family, and you can get
Dude,
forced
I
unaccompanied
would,
too, right?
I totally
Yeah.
no. I think you can get forced 1 year because what's his name got forced there because he only had like a year and some change left, and they're like, you have no choice, you're going there.
Yeah.
How was it when you got there? Was it awesome?
No, so as
People say that it's like the safest place they've been.
as a junior marine, you land there and you're like, or even as a guy who hasn't like traveled out of the country a lot. Before I joined, I hadn't traveled. I've never been to Asia. And then you're in the Marine Corps boot camp, all that. You're monitor, and then they're like, "Yo, get on this plane and then go basically find." Crazy because we landed, the 6 of us. Luckily, there were 6 of us from the schoolhouse who went there. Usually, that's not the case. We landed there and there was no direction, no nothing. No one told you, and it was in the middle of the night. And it was 23 hours after flying, 27 hours of travel time, whatever it was, like very long. And we just happened to run into like the duty van that was sitting like a couple blocks down. But in our heads, our check-in sheets weren't till Monday, and it was Saturday. We got there Saturday morning, or Saturday, whatever it was. Yeah, Saturday morning at like 1 a.m. And I'm like, we could do whatever we want and just be there by Monday. But apparently that's not the deal. That's not the case. The duty driver does come there, but he looks for you. But no one told us shit. And we just happened to find him, happened to get in, and it was
That's
like...
part of why people come out of the Marine Corps as better people.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Because
Well,
you're
it's all part of
expected,
the plan,
to
right?
find your own way, right?
Yeah.
It's part of the part of the plan.
Well, some of it's just ignorance.
Yeah, some of it is bureaucracy,
incompetence.
nonsense, and incompetence. You're absolutely right. One of my big complaints, I'm like totally indoctrinated. So I'm like, why do we give liberty to the guys when they come to SOI? Well, the reason you give liberty to them is so they learn to go and come back on time.
Yeah.
All these things that, those little sissies in college, what do? They go fuck it away and they don't show up for class and they drop out and then they cry about their school loans and shit. Well, bitch, you fucked it away. So the Marine Corps,
Your fault.
All of them.
yeah, it is their fault.
If you want
Yeah,
a free
personal
college,
responsibility
your
is a big
goddamn
thing.
local recruiter is waiting on the phone call.
That's right. Go see your local Marine Corps recruiter, and if you can cut it, you'll get in. If you can't, go next door.
Let's be honest. Go to the Air Force recruiter.
That is a
I'm
thing
just
though.
playing.
Like people they'll bitch about things with like student loans. Yeah, they are high, but like join the Marine Corps. Just there's a total easy way around that. They'll
Yes.
pay for your college and pay for you to go to college.
And don't
join the
wait.
Marine Corps if it's
Also,
that
don't
big
go
a
to a
deal.
private school that costs $50,000.
And now
a year.
they're doing student loan forgiveness for disabled veterans, right?
I
just read that.
That's,
They made it easier. I just read an article on it. They made it easier.
I think he was just re-signing a bill. I think they
Right,
made a big
yeah. It was
deal
already-
about it, but I think
Yeah.
all he was doing was re-signing.
But like I'm saying, even that, if you even have student loans, there's still a better chance, and you can do TSA when you're in, or you used to be able to. I
Oh
don't know if you
yeah,
can.
man! I'm going to tell everybody
oh,
this.
TA.
If you're listening to
You're
this
right,
now,
TA. Yeah, TA.
pay attention. I spent 33 years in the military, and I put off college because I wasn't going to be away from my family. All the normal excuses.
I'm going to be too busy.
Yep. And now I'm like, dude, I could have took one class at a time. I had a buddy.
Yeah, you could have just taken one easy and then over and over, and before you know it, you have something.
I had a buddy that we were PFCs together. When I was a staff sergeant, he was a staff sergeant. He was a lawyer. He had finished his law degree. Yes, it was 15 years later. But he did one class at a time, and he was a lawyer.
Chipped away at it?
Yep, he just did one class at a time. And what did I do? Piss it away like an idiot.
Yeah.
So,
I
use TA, go to school.
Yeah.
I maxed it out my last 2 years. I actually had to pay for part of one of my classes. Because I went over, because you only get, it's like $5,000 a year or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I got 35 credits in 2 years. Maybe
especially
less.
like in Okinawa, you can do that no problem.
Wild
and
stuff.
And on ship?
Yeah, especially on, they
do
it
on ship.
I was telling all you guys to do it. None of you guys listened.
No.
Ski did.
You lay in the
Ski
rack.
did it.
Ski did algebra. I think he did better in algebra than I did. I think
he
he's a
did
math
history
guy.
too, or did you do history? You did history, didn't you?
What's that? I did history on ship. I did history,
history,
biology, and college algebra. What's that?
What?
I don't know what you said.
Nothing. Just
anyway. Yeah, I did those 3 on ship.
yeah. I wish I would have.
Yeah, do everything you can. It is so foolish to think that not to do it.
There's so much free stuff that they give you. It's insane. Like there's so many. There's classes and courses.
My only
even
recommendation,
like the financial courses and classes and stuff.
my only recommendation is to look up the class and go to a really good school and see on their articulation agreement if they accept that school, like whoever you're trying to go through. So I went through Central Texas College. And I looked up USC's articulation agreement. And I only took classes that I knew would transfer to USC. Because I knew if they transferred to USC, they would basically transfer anywhere. Yeah. So I was like, okay. So, and I took like biology, psychology, all the, general education classes.
But that's stuff that you have to learn that. I mean, you don't know what you don't know.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here. Yeah. People listen, man.
College.
Yep. I got a buddy of mine. He's my wife's soccer team coach. He's a corpsman. By the time he's done using TA, and he's only taking 1 or 2 classes at a time.
Yeah.
So the way TA works is you can work towards your bachelor's, right?
Yeah.
So what he does is you work all the way towards your bachelor's, but you don't finish it.
Oh, and then
Then you work towards this one.
Yeah.
And you work all the way towards the end.
Yeah, because you can change.
Yeah, but isn't there a time frame that those are good for?
10 years. Most schools let you take classes and transfer them for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so when he's done, he'll almost be completed 3 bachelors in 3 different things. He's going to be in the medical field when he gets out. He'll almost have 3 bachelors in 3 different medical fields. He'll have a couple classes left of each one. He'll use the GI Bill to finish those when he retires. And he'll have his 3 bachelors. Good. And then he can obviously...
The biggest thing is just not to get some bullshit.
That's nuts.
Not some bullshit.
Like liberal arts or something, and then they
no. Like University of Phoenix or something.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That you're not going to... No one's going to take it.
Yeah.
You get done with your entry level, whatever, your 100 level or 200 level writing class, and you get like a B in it, but it's full of misspellings and fucking grammar mistakes. They don't even care. It's just a fucking factory.
What if you don't know where you want to go? Just kind of find one.
Well, when you go down to sign up for TA, they have all the schools at the the education building.
So do what he did. If you don't know where you want to go, do what he did. You shoot for the highest school. And you follow that track. And if you don't end up going there, that's fine because you can go to wherever.
I think you can honestly. I think you don't have to use the schools on the education that are on base at the education center either. I think you can get if you get Purdue has Purdue Global now, which is online Purdue courses, and I think you can if you get in there, you can use the TA towards that. You just have to. You don't have a person there. Like if I had an issue with Central Texas College, I could go down there and there's somebody on base.
Yeah, somebody
that's
to
like,
talk to.
Here, I'll pull the file. Yeah,
but you talk about the financial management class. So
you mean the MCI, personal financial management?
No, there's one on main side. You can
no, there's an actual class.
I had to go to one.
They made us sit through them when we were like a Lance Corporal.
Those classes are pretty awesome.
They are good, but
They're
you don't
not-
appreciate them when you're 19.
No, you don't
No,
appreciate
even
when
when
you're
you're on
like-
the marriage packet list, when you had to do that, you're just like, yep, hurry up.
Yeah, you're
there.
staring at the wall like, God damn it! This is before cell phones, so you couldn't even look at your phone.
Yeah, you have nothing to do.
Well,
It's a good class, though. Isn't
I had a
it?
razor
If I
phone.
think
Dude,
back at it,
so-
I think it's a pretty good class.
So what happens is, I'm standing in the company office. I'm a young staff sergeant. I'm standing in the company office, and they're like, "Hey, we need a company rep to be the financial management guy, right? To help people that can't pay their bills or whatever." And everybody else in the company office, all the other staff sergeants and the other platoon sergeants, they're like, "Oh, I got to range. I got to do this. I got to do this." Well, I'm a terrible liar. So I'm like,
I have to walk outside and
yeah.
fuck.
I couldn't. I was
What
like,
are we
they're like, "You're the guy." So I end up going to the class, right? So I got to go to a week to this class and just talk to these people, and I'm totally grunt guy. Like, hey, all I want to do is kill people and kill people and polish brass, So I end up going to this class, and I'm like, this is freaking pretty awesome. So I apply some of those tips as a young staff sergeant. And now, before then, I was living paycheck to paycheck like everybody else, just kind of like going through my life like a typical hillbilly. And then when I picked up Gunny, I went again.
Uh-huh.
Same class, because you don't learn everything the first time.
Yeah.
And then
Refresher.
I went again as a first sergeant, and then I went like 2 times as a sergeant major, because I obviously was able to make myself go. And that is the reason I'm not working today.
No way.
Yeah, the shit I learned as a staff sergeant in that class put me on the path. Now, I didn't do well. I'm not a millionaire. I didn't do everything they said, but I did some of what they said, and it was enough to make it so that when I retired from the Marine Corps, which your income when you retire is probably about a third of your income when you're on active duty. It's 50% of your base pay.
Yeah.
And then you have some other things that play in. But it ends up being about a third.
And then isn't the insurance becoming more expensive too?
Yeah, the insurance is a ripoff, man.
Isn't that crazy? That's why people are like, I'm
nuts.
staying in for the healthcare. And I'm like, dude, I think the healthcare kind of sucks.
Well,
like,
the healthcare actually is pretty good.
Through the VA, right?
The VA is awesome.
I have not had. I don't think I've only complained once, maybe, of it.
Dude, I haven't even been to the VA
It's
yet.
like the ones in San Diego and stuff. They're really nice and they're pretty fast.
Well, I think that's probably because it's a military town also.
The doctor that I have, she's not that great. But she was in the
Oh,
Navy.
you got a female?
She was in the Navy for whatever many years. She was I can't remember what rank she was. But anyway, she's kind of like typical VA stuff. Like, we're just gonna give them this, and hurry up and get out of here. But I guess I kind of understand why the VA, because there's so many people. But at the same time, there's not that many complaints that I would have. It's clean. But I've seen pictures and stuff of real bad ones, like garbage is overflowing.
Yeah.
and I don't understand. I look at those pictures and I'm like, how could somebody?
I think
leave
those
that
are
in
in
a
like
room?
less populated places.
Yeah. So my
Arkansas
dad
and-
is 100% disabled from Vietnam, and he goes to VA where he lives at, and his experience is totally different from mine.
Yeah.
The Oceanside VA Center, man, I give those guys kudos. They are on the ball, and it's government run healthcare, so obviously it's slow, it's bureaucratic. There's a rule for every rule, and there's 15 steps you got to take. And every time you go to the sleep center, you got to fill out the same form you filled out 15 times
That's
before.
the worst thing. The doctor will ask me the same questions. Like,
I've never done the sleep study.
But that's the point. So government-run healthcare is not that efficient.
No.
It is
It works,
not
but
efficient.
it's slow. It's just
It's 'cause
Well, there's
it's
no
government.
profit in it, so
Yeah.
the people are not trying to make money, and
And they're not going to get fired because they work for the government.
Exactly. But
That's the worst, is the civilians that work for the government.
yeah,
Dealing with any civilian that works for the government
'Cause they
that's a
know it. They're
GS
like,
person, they're
Yeah.
like, well, I'm a blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, go fuck yourself. I had a guy on ship I heard him, we were on the ramp getting ready to go into Hilo, and he told a dude, he's like, I outrank your colonel, so you have to do what I say. And I'm like, no fucking way, dude. This fucking loser ass looking dude. I don't remember who it was, but
no, I know what
he's
you're
a
talking about. 'Cause
GS whatever.
there's been times when I've said, "Hey, look, my skinny fat, my fat ass can throat strike you right now and kill you. So you might outrank my boss, but I'll kill you."
There's a time that,
There's no winning there, you know.
There's
it's
a
kind
time
of like the person that you know how people walk out in front of you like pedestrians have the right
yeah.
of way.
Well, either way, you're going
What
to get your
made
ass
this
killed.
bad?
Yeah, I got a 6,000-pound car.
if you're a GS dude and you're a common sense guy, then whatever, that's cool. and you're like, hey man, you're doing this because like I'm in, I do
Yeah.
outrank you. But this dude was just a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like something that needed to be like
Yeah.
that. Like we were waiting to get on the helo. It was something with his bag. And
want
somebody
somebody
made
to
a
carry
comment. He was like, "Yeah, I outrank your girl."
Yeah.
And I'm just like sitting there like, "Fuck you, dude."
Bitch, I'll piss on your bag.
That's what I just wanted to punch him in his fucking face.
Then I'll pour gasoline on you, burn you alive, and I'll burn your car. I'll kill your family.
It's a little aggressive. It's
aggressive.
a little aggressive.
You know, the guy that tried to sell you newspapers, I'll kill him too.
Going from the beep beep in the Volkswagen as he leaves. Later, guys.
Later, dude.
Kill
And
you.
it's
The
all
infamous
good, bro.
Volkswagen. Do you have your truck still?
I do.
What year is that?
72?
Oh, I forgot about that one. You have a bunch of stickers in the back, don't you?
Yeah.
Stickers on
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I'm a
You put the
sticker
surfboard
fanatic.
on the bug. It didn't have that before.
Yeah, no, the surfboard came from Chief Doran.
I liked him.
I don't think I knew him.
He was before Chief.
Oh, yeah.
He was a bigger white guy.
Yeah.
No, he was cool.
No, Chief Doran is a stud, man.
He was
So-
He was the dude that was a SEER instructor?
No, the one after him was he worked down at SEER. And
Have you-
I met him, though. I met him because I had to talk to him
Have
before the
you
deployment for my...
Done Sear.
No.
Have you done Sear?
No, I actually know the guys that run the SEER class, and I tried to get them to hook me up when I was still active duty. And they're like, you really want to go to this?
I did a Sear B modified when I was in.
Did you go to the one down in Coronado?
Advisors course. So it was a Sear B. It wasn't Sear. So Sear A, I guess, or I guess they just called it Sear. It was a Sear 250, I think, is what they called it, like specifically for us. And when we did the advisors course in Virginia, and it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
It was not that much fun, and it was almost at
What-
the end
hold
of
on,
it
was
was
it-
like pretty realistic to where.
Is that the one where they put... That's not the full spectrum one.
No. It's like I said, it's a modified. It's like
You're not getting put in a POW camp.
you are, but it's squeezed into like a 10-hour day or something like that. It's not throughout days. It's one day, but it's modified, and then they're able to put everything in. But man, it was not fun at all. Like we had the potato sacks on our heads. They had the knives that had shocks at the end of them, so they weren't real knives. You know what I'm talking? Okay, so you're in a classroom, right? You don't know what's even
Are
going
you
to
allowed
happen.
to talk about any of this?
I don't ever remember signing anything I couldn't.
Oh, okay. I'm just
Well,
making
you
sure.
don't remember much.
Hey, I don't
stuff-
remember much.
I just know some of them are
Kidding you.
classified.
Well, I'm trying to think. I don't think I signed anything that was classified. Okay, so if it was, then let's not talk about it because I don't know if it was or not. I think you said that. I don't think it would be. So let's say hypothetically, like you're outside.
There you go,
And
hypothetically.
like
Hypothetically,
you
you
don't
get
know what's going to
snatched.
happen, and it happens. So you're not even ready for it to happen. You think it's just a regular day in class, and let's just say it just happens. Dude's busting the door. It's all of a sudden like game on. Everybody's acting. There's like they're acting like they're not from this country. They have these knives that they shock you instead of cut you. They shock you.
Awesome.
So it feels almost like you're getting cut, but a really shitty ass shock. But you can't see because your head's on the ground, and they're like,
Oh, so you don't
"Get
even know
up."
what's coming.
No, and they're like, everybody come. They come in there, do, 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 like it sounds like it, right?
Fuck that.
And that's like all of a sudden you're like, oh shit.
There was this POW of some dude that was a POW in Vietnam. I saw an interview. He's like, "Why the fuck would people go through that? Why do you have to train to be put in a
Because it gives you tools. For,
Yeah,
okay,
tools.
I
you're supposed to do
understand. I
this.
understand that, but he having been a POW
Oh.
was like, just
Nothing
do it. Yeah, just go. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but that-
You have no choice.
It's
You'll
one of those
die.
things.
Yeah.
Just because you watch YouTube videos about boot camp doesn't mean you know what boot camp's like.
Yeah.
Like you just have to.
But he gutted through because that's a different generation. I mean, we talk about the World War II generation. They didn't cry about what they had to go
That's
through.
true.
They came back, got off the boat, and got a job at a machine shop.
You know, people talk about how they probably had a better decompression period because they had to ride the boats home. Where our dudes fly home and they're home within like a couple days.
Well,
never thought
that
of that.
and the fact that
Because
Here-
so they
here's-
come back on the ship and they get to talk about it. They can talk about it
with people that understand.
Yeah, they were all there together. It's like they're your unit. And imagine being on the Mew and all
Yeah.
the dude, you're in your come back and
I never
like,
thought of
fuck,
that.
man.
Well, the other fact that doesn't get talked about a lot is the entire country was in that war.
Yeah.
So 1.5 million people came back, and they all had similar experiences. So now,
Draft was huge then because of war. I mean,
Yeah, there's no
obviously.
social media. There was no.
yeah, and we come back now, and we're 1% of the population. So everybody else, I realized this, like I told you in the last podcast, when I went to Oregon, I actually realized that I was not as effective as possible because of my separation from the guys that I've been in Iraq with. That's it. Nobody else experienced it.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows. You know, you go to the bar and you're talking to a guy and you're like, yeah, so this happened and that happened. And they're like, oh, yeah, but how about those, how about the Mets?
Yeah.
I don't fucking give a shit about the Mets. I was holding the guys that died in my arms, and you're talking about a fucking baseball game?
Yeah, but they can't relate.
Exactly. So that's the whole point. In World War II, the entire country was involved.
It was more rare if you like. I don't think it was more rare, but
so
it was pretty uncommon. Or it would be.
You'd think it'd be uncommon for someone to be like, "Oh,
I'm babbling. I've had a little bit of whiskey."
But yeah, your point is there. Yeah. So more people returned, and everybody's in the same boat.
Yeah.
Whereas your guys' generation, you guys come back and you are
and it's
one
not even,
of 500 people.
Also, it's not even covered. Like, unless there's some major event, and people aren't really getting killed as commonly. So unless someone gets killed, then they don't talk about it.
No, and it only affects the family and the
like. There's a war
going on. People in that, that we are fighting a war right now.
The fucking shooting war going on over there in Afghanistan. They're dropping bombs. They're fucking doing stuff.
And everybody else
raids are happening.
So that's the difference.
Good times.
We returned to a country that was. They're already on the train. We just got to jump on the train with them.
How long were the boat rides back then? Weeks?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I imagine
long enough to where they could. I never even thought of that.
Like 3-4 months, And they stop in Hawaii. They stop in Guam.
Yeah, my brother-in-law was in Australia when 9/11 happened. So there's like a movie on, if you look on YouTube, of one of the parts is you're on ship. They're on like the old couches in the TV room they had, and they're like showing the Marines watching the towers collapse, on the news. And he was in it, I think. He was there on that ship when that was when it happened. They were in Australia, got recalled back on the ship, and then they went over.
Yeah, they were the first one. They went there in December. The Mew arrived in December.
He was a scout sniper with 1-1.
CIA arrived like a week after 9/11, and then like the first team did, and then your like SOCOM dude started coming in with some more CIA guys, and then the Mew came in, and then after that it was the Mew pulled back. The Mew also pulled back though.
So my brother-in-law said when they were getting off Australia back onto the boat, there was a tank that flipped over. I think it was a tank. As they were coming up on the boat, because he used the ramps to come up on the boat with, and it flipped over, and the Marines and everything inside of it died too.
Oh, no way!
Sank like straight to the ground.
Oh.
However, they were getting it they were driving it onto the boat.
Had
and
to be
flipped off. I mean, that was back. I don't know what it was like.
That's crazy.
But
2001.
Yeah,
they were only there. The Mew wasn't there for very long.
Mm-mm.
There, you can read. I think I have the book up there. Nathaniel Fick. He writes that One Bullet Away. He gets a lot of flack for it, but I think you can like how he dramatizes some stuff. I believe, but I'm just looking up there at it. I thought it was an okay book. I mean,
what were Mews like before the war? Like if you weren't at war, and then all of a sudden, I mean, was it still like
were they still going to Persian Gulf?
All booze cruises, or were they all?
You still go to the Persian Gulf and hang out?
I never went on the East Coast Mews. So you have to get John Nichols on here, my buddy. I'll get him to come do a podcast with you. He did a lot of East Coast. Man, you guys are gonna make me Uber home. Jesus Christ, I can't even speak. Or Jiminy Christmas for those of you that.
The East Coast Mews get to go to Europe.
Yeah,
I mean, Spain and Italy and
Italy.
Like,
I mean,
Israel.
That's got to be a
fun.
Like I never went to any East Coast either. Mews.
No, so I had heard about the Mews while I was on the East Coast. People are coming back like, we went here, we went to Greece, we did this, blah blah blah, and I'm like, man, that sounds awesome. And while I was in Afghanistan and I'm getting ready to come home, they're like, hey, you're going to First ANGLICO, and I'm like, fuck, all right, I'm going to California and ANGLICO's cool, so I'll go there. Got home from that, and they're like, hey, you're going on the Mew. Like, when you come here, you're going on the Mew. And I'm like, fuck, man. And I'm like, well, I've always wanted to go on a Mew. Like, everyone says it's super cool.
It was.
Dude,
I wasn't there with you.
This was the first one. Fucking not cool.
So wait, your Mew was not a good one?
No. The best thing to happen on the Mew, the best thing to happen on the Mew is that I got off for 3 months to go to Kuwait. That was the best thing that happened. The rest of the
Not that
time, it was
great.
just stand and watch, working out, fucking eating like your
We had
scoop
great
of
ones,
fucking
man.
whatever.
Dude, so you asked, what was it like before the war? Mews were awesome. I mean, they weren't... I'm Mr. Positive, so I have a biased opinion. We go over to 31st Mew. God almighty. And we go with 31st Mew, and you get some time in Okinawa. I love Japanese shit, so cool, man. I'm into the culture. I like going out. I go out by myself, whatever. And then you jump on a boat, and you go to Indonesia, Thailand,
Cambodia, Vietnam.
31st Mew is the way to do it. It sounds like
It's the 30. They call it 30 Wars. So it was like the booze cruise. I didn't even know what to do with a gun. When
What's
I,
the longest
when I was
you-
in CLB 31 as a radio operator, I knew how to shoot. If I had to ever do anything effectively with a gun or tactics, we would have been screwed.
that would have been how. That's how I would have been.
Because
as a
it was
mechanic.
just everyone there, the mentality that was there, everyone there because they cycled
here
through.
to party.
But if you were in CLB 31, 31st Mew, like proper, you didn't get cycled through. BLT would come through, and it was you were stuck there. While
BLT is the infantry unit.
everybody else was enjoying it for 3 months, leaving, enjoying UDPs come out, they're leaving. So everyone's having everybody cycles out. It's like ANGLICO. By the time the captains kind of get done going like, oh man, that was I did everything I wanted to do, they would leave, and the new guy would come in all amped up to, I want to do this, this, and this, and you're like, fuck, we just did that with the last guy. But that's what the 31st Mew was like, man. It's a brute. One time they did they had to go in the
What's the longest you ever spent
nuclear
on a ship though?
reactors at one period.
Yeah,
I mean, we'd only do like 3-month pumps and come back. 3-month pumps. So by the time you were sick,
but
of
in
being
that
on
3
the boat,
months, how long would you be on ship?
oh, maybe half the time, a quarter of the time,
Yeah,
half the time,
Yeah.
maybe a month and a half, or sometimes it was 4 months. So you'd be on the ship for 2 months.
so it wasn't
total.
bad.
No, so by the time that you are on land and you're like, this is boring.
That's
you're
why you
like,
were
oh,
so.
shit.
That's why you were so comfortable on ship.
Yeah, I'm like, it's about time to get back on ship, and then you go on ship. You're like, oh, ship's starting to suck, and by that time, when it started to suck, you were on your way back.
Yeah.
So it was like a perfect bounce back. By the time you got bored of one thing, you're like, okay, I'll go to Malaysia for a little bit, or the Philippines, screw around, come back. And it's a booze cruise.
Malaysia was cool.
When the reactors went off, the nuclear reactors went off in Japan, they had to do that.
Were you there?
When I got there, those guys were on their way back. But that happened, and
All the
only
radiated fucks.
only like a quarter of those guys had their gas masks. Because no one brought their shit.
Will a gas mask?
So imagine being in the Marine Corps, they're like, nuclear reactors went off right away, gas mask count. Before anything happens, let's just see who's got it. I could see that in my head.
Yeah,
now.
I don't think
Yeah.
the gas.
They could
mask
just
would
see the
do
news
anything,
come up, and they're like, everybody got, gas, sea burn, and then nobody, I think like a third of the ship for the CLB guys had their gas masks.
There's probably special filters
because
for
no
that.
one brought their they bring their flak jackets with no sappies. It was
What?
a shit show. I mean, like a shit show.
How the fuck are you gonna go on a deployment with no sappies?
Like I said, after that,
what if
there was
something
an
actually
accountability.
happened and you?
That's what
pulled?
CLB 31, 31st Mew. When I was in there, it was we walked in there and there was parties in the barracks all the time, and then there was and I'm like, this is the Marine Corps. We were still like our NCOs and shit. We're still NCOs, but the unit and
I
everything
always
around
heard that-
you just watch tornadoes everywhere, and you're like, this. As a junior Marine, I'm like, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right.
I always heard people always told me that in Oki everything was way more strict.
It is. It's way more strict, except for CLB 31.
Well, it's CLB. It's not the grunts.
Yeah.
Remember the one time? Yeah, it's. And I was.
Yeah,
a
I
radio
bet it's
operator.
miserable for the grunts out there sleeping
Dude,
in the
they
jungle
are.
eating
They
snakes.
100% are. One time,
Spiders
the
crawling
data
across
guy,
their face.
Bun, he shoved his laptop in his flak right here in the little pouch because we had the interceptor thing, or not the interceptors,
Kangaroo pouch.
And he's running, and he's a data guy, and one of the grunts is like, "Get that fucking thing out of your side." And our NCO was like, "Hey, leave him alone. He's not your boot or whatever." Because the NCO was like, "I know I'm a pogue, dude. Like, we fucking get it. We don't care. Leave us the fuck alone.
We're gonna go do work on the computer.
Yeah. So anyway, in all,
Fucking nerds.
being there and then going to ANGLICO was literally night and day.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
night and day. I carried an M16, and whenever we carried it, in CLB, we were doing something that we didn't, like it wasn't. We didn't know. I was a radio operator in a shop that we all just fucked around. We knew everything about radios possible, but that was it. We never learned any of the tactics or building a high.
Did you
any of that
HF
kind
and
of
stuff like that out there?
Yeah, we did all that shit. We were super good radio.
What was your favorite radio?
HF? It was probably 150.
Yeah.
Because you had to be good at it. You had to be good at HF to make. And when someone got HF up at a long distance, you knew like that he's smart.
Yeah, he's
Because a
not
lot of people didn't know how to do it.
You guys gotta finish that because I'm over. I'm
Just got a
Uber and
bottle
home.
of Evan Williams.
Evan Williams White Label.
I don't think I've ever had Evan Williams.
Bottle and bond.
Evan
100%.
Williams
I'm
is
drinking
like-
it. I mean, I'm sitting here sipping it right
Oh,
now.
it's super cheap whiskey.
Is it?
But if you're gonna put Coke in it, who gives a fuck?
No, I'm drinking it straight.
That's your basic Kentucky straight bourbon.
hobby.
That's your hashtag hobby. That's your basic glass jar. You're
Well, it's
looking
not-
at a
It's not a plastic jug. So
yes.
you-
You're looking. What is
Plastic
this? A
jugs
liter?
are
military
good, too.
special.
Is this a liter?
I love military
like
special.
the
I've
medium
never
sized
had
bottles.
it. That's like
But it
drinking
is
Kamchatka vodka.
Three-quarters of
So
the way gone.
I'm in St. Louis one time, 4th MLG. So that's a reserve thing, right?
That was before you came to Anglico. Or
Yeah,
you
right
99
before I was in. Yeah, I was on 99 before. So I'm in St. Louis, and that's where their headquarters out of, right?
Uh-huh.
And look, I'm not an expensive drunk, so I have cheap whiskey, right? And they're making fun of me because the fancy guys have Jack Daniels or some particular brand.
Yeah.
So I'm like, look, bitch, here's the deal. So I take this military special.
Oh, what was that stuff called?
It was called military
No, it was
special.
like Semper had a name to it. It was military special, but then the names were cheesy as fuck too.
Oh yeah, they match whatever service
Yeah.
they're.
Yeah.
So I poured it in a Jack Daniels bottle and I put it on a thing. And he's, "You're really gonna do that?" And this is a whole table of sergeant majors, right? And they're like, "You really gonna do
Sergeant's Major.
Sergeant-
Come
Sergeant's
on.
majors.
Come on, Sergeant Major.
Man, I can't even talk English right now. So I put it out there, and I pour it in there, and I put it out there. And they're like, "You really gonna do that? That's cheesy or whatever." And then a bunch of the locals show up, and they're gathering. We're in Charlie, so we're like superheroes and shit. Fat, out of shape superheroes. But anyways, and they're gathering around, and they're like, "Oh man, this is a fancy whiskey," and they're complimenting they're drinking-
Take a sniff.
yeah, they're doing the whole smell
Little
thing, and
nails
they're
like wild
drinking it
turkey.
straight, and I'm just looking at
If you
the,
let the notes cross your
Oh,
palate,
yeah. It
you'll
has
get
some
hints of oak,
hints of oak, and I'm like,
slight taste of cinnamon.
dude, you're gonna pour Coke in it anyways, so who gives a fuck?
We
Well, I
used
think
to
people that
back in the
drink it a
day
lot
when
could probably tell.
when we used to party at my buddy's house at Purdue. We had at some point we had bought a half-gallon. Maybe we found it. I don't remember, but we found or found a half-gallon of Grey Goose vodka. Crushed it, and then every weekend we'd fill it up with Burnett's. Refill it because chicks would come over and be like, "Oh my god, look at your fucking,"
Yeah,
yeah, like how fancy we are.
We had this fake chainsaw, and so in our basement, my dad had this really nice bar built, like the basement was finished, and there was a chainsaw, but it was like like the funny bottles that look like a chainsaw, but you couldn't see in it. You'd undid where the gas cap would go in a chainsaw, and that's where the liquid you'd pour it out of. It was like if you buy like a
like a pistol or
it's a holder, the holder that holds alcohol, but you can't
Yeah.
see in it. It
It's
looks
a
like
glass one.
It's like almost like plastic and glass. It's like
I think I know what you're talking about. Those are old, man.
super old, but you can't see in it.
It's like old
look,
school
it's
stuff.
painted and everything, but you take
Yeah.
one through the cap, and that's where it's at. And we would drink out of that in high school. We'd go down to the bar and take a couple shots for years, and it never emptied. It was like magical liquid in there that would like always refill.
Probably because your dad was filling it back up.
I don't think so.
Maybe
I
he was
want
drinking it.
that liquor, whatever it is. It's magic.
We would get
The honey
we'd
cup.
get like real moonshine made from Tennessee. My dad would get it from his whatever friend in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And it would rust the bottle of the bottom of the metal jars.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know, man, but it was like gasoline.
I've only had moonshine a handful of times.
It was like you could have a shot of that, and it was like taking 5 shots of Jack.
There was a dude that had a little mini distillery set up in the basement of their house on Purdue. Same place.
Why don't they have basements out here in California?
Earthquakes.
Is that why?
It'll collapse into it, I think, right? I don't know.
I'm assuming that.
I'm making an assumption.
I have no
Earthquakes.
clue.
just
I've never
like
seen
in Florida or the East Coast, like along the coast, they don't have them because of hurricanes.
Are you from Oceanside?
No,
Mexico?
I've been here 30 years, 35 years, but I'm not from here.
Where were you born?
El Paso, Texas.
Oh wow. It's one state like I've never been to is Texas.
Dude,
You
you
never
gotta
been
go
to
to
Texas?
I mean,
Texas.
there's a lot of states I want to do, but I've been to a good majority of the states, probably 70% of them.
I've stayed in
80%.
Amarillo, which people would say is
I've never
probably
even
not the best
driven
place to
through
stay,
Texas.
and I've stayed in Dallas.
I've heard Dallas is great. I've heard
we were at Chiefs course
like
up at
Waco
Fort Sill, and
I
we
think
drove down to
Vegas
Dallas
from-
for a weekend. Went to Six Flags and hit some bars. It was a good time.
Austin is a great city.
I've heard Austin's cool.
No, Austin is cool. Great music scene.
I've heard it's getting real
great-
shitty though. It's
Well,
starting
it's
to
because
get.
there's a bunch of goddamn communists there. But you got
Goddamn
Austin.
communists.
Yeah, the food. So here I am, Mr. Hippie dude, conservative hippie. But you got food, you got music, you got art, and you got
Good
a bunch of
times.
morons complaining about their student loan debts.
communists.
Yeah, communists.
Goddamn
as he says.
communists.
Goddamn communists.
It's a Cold War thing, man. It's not over.
But Austin is a great city.
I've heard it. I've heard it's cool. I'd like to go visit. I wouldn't mind going back to Texas. You know what's great to go camping is Utah.
Really?
Utah is a amazing place to camp.
My aunt and uncle are retiring there. My friend lives there, and I've driven through there multiple times, and it is beautiful.
I camped out there on BLM land, and I did the hike
Yeah,
through
where you took
Zion.
that picture.
Yeah, with that weird
Did you?
wall. Yeah, yeah. I took one. I don't know. I took a bunch of pictures.
Like the secret beach or the. I don't know. I'm even talking.
I don't know, but yeah,
You
it was
still-
cool.
Do you still talk to your friends like that you used to be in with? Are you still like? Because there was no like I have group chats and Snapchat. Like we have the Anglo Bros group.
Yeah, we left that conversation behind.
I don't know what the I'm making it. Okay.
We're coming back around to
Now
it.
that you have like I said, like we have Snapchat, so we have the Anglo Bros group.
They all hung out more.
We have the like cell phone snap. But how do you now that you have Facebook? I guess you
Do
can.
you guys
try to
write
search.
letters to each other when you get out?
Like when you got out back in the day, there was no social media. What happened? You just disappeared.
No, we chip stones.
Oh,
No, I mean, did you write
Got your
letters?
Model Ts
Fuck,
and
man, I
cranked
wrote letters
over.
as a kid.
No, actually, one of my closest friends, I tried to get him to marry my sister-in-law. He married someone else. Awesome. I'm glad he has but he's on the opposite side of the world as I am. But I've talked to him since 86, 87.
Yeah,
And now Facebook makes it a lot
Yeah.
more convenient.
I think that's why most people are still on Facebook.
I guess there was email before. Yeah,
I don't really do a lot on
Well, there
my
wasn't
personal one
email back
anymore.
then.
No, I mean not in the '80s, but like when.
I post a podcast up on my personal one, but Facebook, I'm like, I mean, it's
Facebook-
dying out.
But the sole purpose I still keep it is it's like Messenger's really simple. Keeping in touch with like high school and stuff is really simple.
I spend so much time. It is. That's if I'll message people that I talk to and stuff, and I just spend so much time doing stuff for the business and for the podcast and the website and stuff like that. That I don't get on my own personal one as much anymore.
or like Marketplace.
I
is great.
I barely ever see any of the like personal stories. I need to start follow. I need to start following everybody I actually talk to on my business one as well, so I can actually see their stuff because I never see it.
Well,
Because
there's
I don't
also,
follow that.
Don't
many
you guys
people.
use Marketplace on Facebook?
No.
You never. I
I
don't
don't,
know.
I don't really.
That's like
Dude,
where
my
I bought
place
all
is stuff full of shit until I moved to this new
This place
place.
is huge. You can't even see.
Well, yeah, I use Marketplace,
All
but
the time.
I'm looking for a
For what?
a cool VW
like
van.
I mean, I know you
I
can
get
get whatever
on-
you want. What's the last thing you
Marketplace
bought
had-
off there? What's the last thing you bought off there? Both
A
of you.
skateboard.
A
I
longboard?
mean, it'll tell you. I've
longboard?
sold, and the thing is, I've sold like my motorcycle is sold on there. I've sold actually a lot of stuff off of there.
I sold stuff when I moved. Yeah,
What is the last thing I bought?
I did use.
I don't know, but I bought it like a lot.
It's
That's
good
the
for-
first thing I look at. If I'm looking for something, that's the first thing. And it has
It's good for car parts and
it
stuff.
has like an algorithm, I'm guessing, of some sort where it
It
automatically
recommends all the
tracks
shit.
everything I look for. So if I'm looking for a motorcycle, the next day I'll post for motorcycles. Or if I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
it
Well, that's
follows
just-
me and it's like personalized. But if you go on Craigslist, it's not like that. That's why I think it's better than those sales posts because it also follows your social media.
Craigslist is probably more private as well.
Yeah, I would guess so. But
Yeah, Craigslist doesn't track you.
right,
But
that's what I'm saying. That's
it
why
has
it's
worked
so
for you.
good. Yeah. Oh yeah. All the time. If
I
I
never
buy
get on
something, that's now the first place I look.
Offer
is
Up.
that.
I
I use OfferUp,
Yeah.
Facebook, and then
See, I would
Craigslist.
probably get on Offer Up before I get on
Craigslist is the
Facebook.
third one I use.
I'm gonna
But
try that.
Marketplace
that,
is huge. It's bigger than I thought.
I was using Facebook to get some side photography work.
and you know what else
That's
I
a good
liked
place,
is
the
that.
marketplace to put
So I
it
just
up.
had to buy a new
when I
bumper
first
for
got
the
out.
car.
Yeah.
The bumper for the car, the website I went through, instead of, so I had a question for them. It redirected me to Facebook Messenger, which then linked me then to them. And now it was if I had, instead of emailing them, waiting for an email a couple days, checking, I have their check mark, their blue thing, and it comes right to my Facebook Messenger, and that's how I communicated with them. That's
Dude.
perfect. And then when they ship my stuff, they message me on Facebook, hey, your stuff shipped.
Have you seen the new stuff, the new technologies where they're doing like Shazam and like the Google search, like visual search and stuff like
Yeah,
that, where you can hold it up and
The other day on my phone, I did that. You were with me, and I was circling it, and I had it pointing at a light on accident, and it gave me Amazon prices for that light bulb. You
Really?
could point your phone at something, swirl it around, and then it'll be like, oh, TV, if you want a Samsung TV. And if you don't know what the song is, you do that. Scroll your finger around, and it finds the song out.
Yeah, on Snapchat.
No, I do like that. Do you have SoundHound?
What? SoundHound? I used to.
Do you have?
I just ask Google
flip
everything
phones?
now. I'm an Android guy.
Did you have a pager?
Yes, I did.
Dude, I had a pager.
I was forced to get a pager.
I don't think it worked though. I think I just carried it because it looked cool. When I was in like fifth grade.
What a time to be alive!
Was in fifth grade, like check out my pager.
That's when I had my mom's Nokia phone, and it had that leather strap that clipped onto your. Yeah. I would put that on my belt and walk around. I'm like,
no excuse me.
I would fake answer phone calls all the time.
I'll take care of that later.
I was like 13 years old, and my bicycle thought I was the coolest thing ever.
Dude, I had a pager because Staff Sergeant Lund, my platoon sergeant, one of my major influences, was like, "You're getting a fucking pager, bitch." And I'm like, I don't need that communist bullshit, you know. And he's like, "You're getting one because I want you to do a platoon recall or whatever." There was no cell phones back then.
What did you do back then?
Runners.
Like on a weekend, what did you? If it was a weekend and it was like, everybody's getting recalled, what was the game plan?
You call them on the home phone.
It's just like now you have to give like contacts of where you're going,
and it's not the end of the world. Like, okay, so back then, before there was cell phones, before there was pagers, you had a recall, right? They called you on their home phone.
It took time. You also got to think it took time for it to come down that far anyway.
Yeah,
and
so it's
probably
like
a 48-hour window.
Something's weird.
Yeah, there was a 48-hour window, and man, I used to live up in. And I lived on Cottonwood in Wire Mountain 2.
Yeah, that's where I lived.
Cottonwood?
Cottonwood Lane North.
Like we lived in a hut. It was a log cabin. There was a stove.
It was 1012. I think it was 1012 Cottonwood Lane.
Times have changed.
Cottonwood Lane.
In the cave.
Oh, which one was it? Lane, Street, or Road? Because and then they were all next to each other.
Do you know how?
It made no sense.
So
that's such a Marine Corps thing.
Instead of Cottonwood all connecting, they were all cul-de-sacs, and it was Cottonwood Lane, Street, and Road.
Oh yeah, those motherfuckers.
Stupid.
Wrong deliveries every day.
It's government bureaucracy and communist bullshit. But so
the fucking
I didn't know this, but you know how you find out your porn name?
Oh, your underwear color by your shoe size or something like that?
It's your dog's name plus the street you lived on. So
are you clicking on these weird links?
Yes, he is. Did you give Amazon gift cards to somebody that you owed the IRS you owe money to? Anyway, go on.
Yeah, IRS.
So what's your porn name?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out.
But
I learned this because my oldest son's name on like Instagram or one of those nonsensical bullshit things was Patch Cottonwood, and I was like, where the fuck did you come up with that?
Is Patch your dog's name?
Patch was the dog's name. Cottonwood's the street we lived on. And, when he was like 8. And I'm like, holy shit. And so I Googled that nonsense. And it's like, hey, that's how you figure out your porn name is your dog's name plus.
It's a good use
also, the IRS called me.
The internet can give you anything.
IRS really did call me the other day.
Yeah, they're scammers.
No way.
Yeah, I told you that.
It was a scammer.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, a scammer fake himself. And I gave him a time of day. I'm like, okay. I acted like I didn't know. Okay, well, what do you guys want me to do? He's like, okay, well, you wanted me to, I can't remember whatever my Apple, something with my Apple ID. But then he's like, I'm like, okay, well, you guys have my social security number. You tell me what it is. And he's like, no, you tell me. And I'm like, why would the IRS? And I'm like, dude, honestly,
I believe you're nefarious, sir.
I'm like, honestly, dude, I started laughing. I'm like, I know this is, I'm not an idiot. And he's like, oh, fuck you, fuck America, all this shit. I'm like, why would the IRS be saying that to me, buddy? He's like, you need to hang up. You need to hang up. And I'm like, it was just weird.
Yeah.
So I just ended up hanging
you hang up. I'm like, you hang up.
How could you really fucking
I fucked your goat.
Here's a joke to play. I like playing this joke because I'm a hillbilly fool. But you know they call to sell you stuff, and they're like, oh, if you click on this, you get this, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I throw in my hillbilly accent. I'm like, yo, bro, I got some tires, man. They're good tires, and they're good. I took them off my truck because I got some different tires, and and I feed that thing, and they buy it.
Because if they're gonna waste my time, now I'm wasting your time.
Well, the whole thing is there's a whole genre to it, right? If I can keep somebody on the phone for 10 minutes, at 11 minutes they're more likely to buy just to make you go away. At 12 minutes they're even more likely. So what I do is I flip the script and I try to sell them my old tires. I got fucking tires that are...
What kind of scam were you running?
He's like, I made $1,500 this week.
Were you a Lance Corporal?
No, I haven't sold shit.
No, this was last week.
But if you do that to them, it's entertaining.
It's like, if you're going to waste my time.
Yeah. But I do not do that to people that are actual human beings that are calling you, because I did that job.
I don't answer the phone.
Oh, you did? See, I couldn't... Telemarketer? No
yeah,
way.
so
people back in the day did that though. Like nowadays, it's all scams.
I was a telemarketer.
Right, so back in the day, but if you were to do that nowadays, that's not a thing. Now it's just scams. People make money. Nobody calls your house and says, "Do you want to buy?"
No, they still do.
Or it's like a machine. I've never had.
I shouldn't say I never
had.
Mostly robocalling.
Cox Internet does. Cox
control.
like, hey, do you have?
The thing with robocalling those is if it's a number, even if you think it might be legit, I don't even answer it, because if you answer it and then hang up immediately, the computer knows, and it puts it out to that, hey, this dude will pick up. So you get more calls. I stopped answering any number I didn't know, and I don't even have fucking voicemail, so I probably missed some important phone calls.
But your voicemail picks it up.
No, I don't have voicemail. I never set it
You
up.
own businesses, you gotta.
Dude, fuck it, man. I get too many fucking phone calls.
Yeah,
I don't open it.
I am honestly too busy.
If I don't know it, I'm like, nah, they'll leave their text. If it's important, they'll text me.
Sometimes I'll text it back and be like, if you're not a robot, text me back. And
or
I don't get anything,
wait for a voicemail. Yeah,
He
so...
doesn't have it.
I don't have my voicemail set up.
Oh, no.
Why not?
It's just such a hassle.
Don't you wonder, like, hey, I wonder who that was?
No, because I'm like, I know if I'm getting a phone call. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, I called, so I set up an appointment with the VA, finally. I haven't even gone to my first appointment yet. So I set up an appointment. So when I got a phone call 2 days later from the number, like, it was similar. I remember her saying the number. And I was like, okay, that's the VA.
What if you, like, snap your femur in half?
What are you talking about?
What are you gonna do if you haven't set up your?
He has another.
No. I just gotta go. I just gotta go get my provider.
Oh, so you've already signed up for it. You already have.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit! You've been out for like a year. You just
Over a
not
year.
caring, just running car off the road.
Fuck it. No. I signed up for it. I just haven't gotten to the provider yet. So.
You got to get in on it. You got to get in on that. But so the deal with the calling. So back in the 80s, me and my wife we move out here, right? And the first job we get is like 6 cents an hour to make these fucking phone calls. Jeez. Don't put that whiskey down there, man. We won't see it. You gotta put it where we can see it. If you put it where we can't see it, we might not drink it.
6 cents a phone call, huh?
Yeah, like 6 cents a phone call.
The Great Depression was tough.
Get like,
it was tough.
Hey, fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
6 cents a phone call?
When I was a telemarketer, man, we had a computer. You'd sit at this computer. It was an old computer that did one thing. It was a auto dialer. And you would sit there and all of a sudden a name would pop up. You know how when you're like, you get a phone call from a telemarketer, like, hello?
Yeah.
Hello? And then they're like, oh, hey, it's so-and-so. It's because your name just popped up on their screen and they're like, oh, we got a call. Here we go. And they're like, hey, what's up? I'm so-and-so. And they have the script. There's a whole script you're supposed to follow.
Yeah, the script is the deal.
I just never used it. I just say, hey, what's up, man? Because I was calling college students to see if they wanted credit cards. And I'm like, hey, what's up? Blah, 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 blah,
you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. I
How many credit cards did you give out?
Oh, man, dude. A lot. I was one of their top people. They stopped, so that's why the chick was like, look, you're not one of my quality people. Like, I can't send your tapes to quality control. Because I didn't do anything shady, but I didn't like, hello, my name is Justin from blah, blah, blah. I was like, hey, what's up, man? I'm Justin. Is Matt there? Hey, what's up, Matt? Blah, blah, blah. Here's a credit card. And I terms and agreements, like, nothing changed, but I was like, not a fucking robot. Yeah. You know, there was a little old lady that came, you know, I was like 8. It was my first job after McDonald's. It was like me, and I remember this like old lady getting a job, you know, and she was there for like a week. And I think she just wasn't getting any. I was selling like 15 to 19 a day.
Did you make commission?
No, it's just hourly.
No way.
No.
So there's no benefit.
And then I quit because I came in when I was late because of train. And I came in, and the chick was all pissed off. She's like, "Hey, you got to work through lunch." And I'm like, "Dude, fuck this!" And I like took my headset and I was like, "Hey, let her know I quit."
I don't want to listen to Sublime anymore.
Yeah, I used to listen to Sublime. I used to wear headphones and listen to the same CD twice a day, and play hacky sack.
I loved hacky sack. That was remember
because you had like a little cubicle.
I used to make him run it over to make it like loose, so it wasn't so hard.
Yeah. I still have
the
my
beads
hacky
out
sack somewhere. So not only was I like super chill, but I'd literally be playing hacky sack while I'm talking to you, dude. Like, oh, landed on my head.
Yeah.
Like,
so do you want it?
Yeah. Stupid. Anyway, all right, let's wrap this up. Do you guys have social media or anything you want to shout out before we get off?
I wish. I mean, if you want to see my dogs, just follow me on Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook. Or
what are they
if you
all?
want to see me point out my hot wife 16 times a day, she's on there too. She gets tired of it after about 3. So
Does she?
I don't know. I'm guessing. I mean, I would get tired of the. I would be super buttered.
Camera in her face.
Yeah, at all times.
Oh, communication is key, man.
See? But no, I do not have a social media I want to shout out.
Cool.
Follow me on something.
All right. Well, we will do this again. This was fun.
Do you have anything you'd like to say?
No, I don't know.
Fucking commies, man.
Yeah, I
Thanks for
literally
not
have
getting
no
us in trouble.
fucking
Fucking
clue.
commies,
The only thing I have to say is thanks for not getting us in trouble. I mean,
Yeah.
now the more I think about it, maybe I was a bad fuck.
God damn it. All right. Have a good one, everyone.
Hey, we love you.
Hey, like I said before the show, that was a great podcast. I had a great time with the guys, and I can't wait to sit down and do it again. So, anyway, make sure to check out my website, jkramergraphics.com. Check out the Instagram, jkramergraphics, and the Twitter, former Action Guys, number 4 MER Action Guys. So, like I said before, hey, if you're an ANGLICO guy, I got the Silkies back in stock, or I've got them on order. So you can do the pre-order right now before they all sell out because I already have a set number ordered. Other than that, hit me up if you guys need anything for your unit, your company, whatever. I got you. So if not, I will see you guys next week. Later.